We welcome you back to Ives Lamel Family Field for the Futures game with the Brevard College Tornadoes and TMCCC, the Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes, coming to town to take on your Brevard College Tornadoes. Again, Ryan Wilkes with you, taking you through all your action today here live on YouTube. Remember, all home athletic events are streamed live on YouTube. And this is just another one of them. We're back at Ives Lamel Family Field for the second time in less than 24 hours. Brevard won yesterday on the elder side of things. The Tornadoes took down the visiting Southern Virginia Knights, who were previously 4-0, a really nice win for Bill Kite and his squad. Kind of slowed things down offensively. Took some time off the clock, built a multiple possession lead, and eventually was able to hold on despite a surge from Southern Virginia late to try and get back in that game, but could not do it at the end. A 35-32 win for the Tornadoes at home on homecoming. As we get ready for another matchup today, the Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes come to town as we'll get ready for the national anthem before today's matchup at Ives Lamel Family Field. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy. Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits.
It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service. But more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
We welcome you back to Islamel Family Field just moments before kickoff between the Brevard College Tornadoes and the TMCCC Hurricanes. The Mississippi Christian Community College Hurricanes trek to Brevard today to take on the Tornadoes. It's been a busy weekend. Glad to have you along with us this afternoon as well as we're getting ready to do the coin toss at midfield. Before we get started with kickoff here today, fans, again, did you know that all of the Tornadoes home games are streamed live online for your enjoyment through the Brevard College Tornadoes YouTube channel? All home athletic events for your Tornadoes will be streamed free of charge in high definition. Please subscribe to the Brevard College Tornadoes channel on YouTube to catch all the Brevard College Tornadoes sports in action. So the coin toss has concluded. Brevard wearing the white uniforms with the blue numbers and lettering will face off with these Hurricanes in the green uniforms. A little bit of a Miami Dolphins look to the TMCCC Hurricanes. Well, it's like a mix between Miami and the Miami Dolphins as we get ready for kickoff. A good crowd in attendance today. A little bit of a crowd coming back from the homecoming game yesterday where Brevard took down Southern Virginia on the elder side of things. See if the Futures can get their first win today. It's been 2 losses for these Futures players. A tight one to Greensboro, and then another tight loss to the Georgia Warhawks. As the Tornadoes will take the field to field the opening kickoff, it looks like. And TMCCC will boot it away to get this one started. Miles Witherspoon and Deshaun Bay are back to receive. Santi Chavez, number 19. As we'll put 15 minutes up on the clock. And get ready for this first quarter of play. Hurricanes defer to the second half, and Brevard will get the opening kickoff. As we round out a wonderful homecoming weekend, thank you all for tagging along with me this weekend. As Keith Adams will boot it away. For the Hurricanes, it's a low driving kick. It's snagged near midfield. What a job by Truman Tolleson to be ready for that. It went right at him, and instead of trying to do anything crazy, he just jumped on it across the 40-yard line. It'll be first down, Brevard, in good field position. As Tolleson fields a line drive kickoff. Might have been Elijah Palmer as well who made that play. It's 1st and 10, Brevard from its own 44-yard line. As Austin Grady will be the starting quarterback today. He breaks a huddle, running back with him in the backfield. And Isaiah Ledford. A receiver out to the left, one out to the right, and Sean Spencer for 1st and 10. 2 tight ends come in motion. As he takes the snap, handoff goes Ledford. He breaks through the second level and has a couple yards on first down, about a 4-yard gain as Kevon Lamons makes his stop, as well as Anthony Bergio on first down, and it's going to be a gain of about 3, maybe 4. To set up 2nd and 7. Grady in the gun with Ledford on his left hip. 2 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. Snap goes over the head, and it's jumped on by Grady, and it will put Brevard back at its own about 36-yard line on an errant snap. So 2nd down or 3rd down and long now for Brevard. At its own 36-yard line, 14 minutes and a moving clock here in the first quarter. Ledford remains in the backfield with Grady. 2 receivers split out to the left, to the wide side right. On 3rd and long, Grady takes the snap. 2-step drop to throw. Pressure coming in. He's able to escape the pocket. Grady out to his left across the 40, 45 to the about the 47-yard line. And a scramble for Grady's pushed out of bounds by Chris Crawley, and it'll be 4th and about 8. And Brevard will bring on the punting unit. Nice job by Grady to improvise there and get a couple yards. Make up the loss on the errant snap and get it back in front of the original line of scrimmage, but the Tornadoes will punt it away. Jameer Norwood will punt for the Tornadoes. As a kick is blocked, coming in to block the kick was Keandre Griffin, and the ball careens out of bounds at about Brevard's 39-yard line. It was recovered by Griffin, who also blocked the kick, and it will set up the Hurricanes in Brevard territory for their first drive. Griffin came screaming off the edge, and he's able to get a hand on that kick. As the Hurricanes set up 1st and 10 from Brevard's 39-yard line. Starting quarterback for the Hurricanes, number 0, Jordan Leverett. He's in the shotgun with a running back to his left, hip tight formation. He motions the receiver out to the left. Drops to throw, pressure coming in. He spins out of his lineman, carries him forward for a couple yards. And the ball might have came out there as Mason Powell came up with it, but it's ruled that he's down. So a 2-yard gain for Leverett on 1st down, and it'll be 2nd and 8 from Brevard's 37-yard line. Jordan Moultrie's in the backfield with Leverett on 2nd and 8, with 2 receivers split out to the right, 1 on the wide side left. Leverett takes a snap, hands off Moultrie. He sprints past the first-line defenders, breaks a tackle, and he keeps the legs moving. Now a late flag comes in on Moultrie's run to about the 20-yard line. Jeremiah Taylor was there on the stop, along with a couple other Tornadoes, as a flag is dropped at the 25-yard line, pointing the way of the Hurricanes. So a holding penalty called on the Hurricanes, a costly one on a nice run from Jordan Moultrie, and it was a late flag. It looked like it came in at the end of the run. And with 12:10 to go, the Hurricanes are pushed back to the 35-yard line. A 10-yard penalty. The flag was dropped at the 25, so it was near the end of that Moultrie run. So it's still not a drive-killing penalty for the Hurricanes, but it puts them back at the 35-yard line of the Tornadoes. Leverett in the gun. Read option. He takes it to the right side, and he is tripped up. Nice tackle by Jeremiah Taylor. At the 32-yard line, now the clock stops. That helmet was lost by number 42, who had to come off the field. And it is 3rd down and medium, 3rd and 4. At the 32-yard line of the Tornadoes. A chance for this defense to come up big here. It's probably 4-down territory for the Hurricanes as Moultrie is in the gun with Leverett. Leverett drops the pass. He's looking left. He'll fire left. Has a receiver down the left sideline, and he catches it. What a play down the sideline. And it'll be 1st and goal. Beautiful throw from Jordan Leverett. And he found his receiver deep down the left sideline. And it's 1st and goal. TMCC from the 4-yard line. 11:26 in the moving clock here in this first quarter. Moultrie re-enters the backfield with Leverett for 1st and goal. He takes his snap. Handoff goes to Moultrie. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he's stuffed up at about the 2-yard line by a host of Tornadoes. And it'll be 2nd and goal, a couple yards on 1st down for Moultrie. It looks like Mason Powell was the first there on the stop. As Leverett takes the snap again, hands off Moultrie. A little trouble on the exchange, and the Tornadoes get in the backfield. It was Jordan Fox who came in, as well as, actually that was short on the stop. And it's 3rd down and goal. A loss of about 2 yards back to the 4. or about the 3-yard line, a yard loss for Moultrie on a missed exchange at the mesh for Leverett and Moultrie. He takes the snap again. Handoff goes to Moultrie. He tries to break it outside. He's near the goal line, and he's shoved out of bounds short of the goal line. Really nice play there. It looks like Paul Love was the one to get there and shove him out of bounds just short of the goal line. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1-yard line for the Hurricanes, and they're going to go for it. Can the Brevard defense come up big here near its own goal line? As Leverett will take the snap again, tries to take the read option. He breaks a couple tackles, but he's not going to get to the goal line. The Tornadoes get a stop on 4th down. Looks like Jeremiah Taylor got in there first and didn't let Leverett get loose. And Brevard bends but doesn't break on its first defensive drive of the ball game and gets its offense the ball back. Saw it a couple times yesterday with the Elders where they just didn't let Southern Virginia get into the end zone. And that time the Tornadoes Futures did the same to stuff Jordan Leverett at the 3-yard line, and that's where the Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10 from their own 3. Fabian Williford's in the backfield with Austin Grady on 1st down. Inside Brevard's own 5-yard line. Grady takes the snap. He hands off Williford, who is swallowed at the line of scrimmage and maybe pushed back for a loss of a yard or two as the Hurricanes get in the backfield. No score here through the first 5 minutes and change of the Sunday afternoon kickoff between the Tornadoes and the Hurricanes. The Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes. That's a mouthful, so often I'll refer to them as TMCCC, or just call them the Hurricanes today. It's Williford options to the left hip of Grady on 2nd and long. Handoff goes right back to Williford. He bounces off a tackler and gains a couple due to the shove. Out to about the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 9. Like Kevion Lamons was there on the hit. The hit actually helped Williford a little bit. He was rocked, but it shoved him forward a couple yards. So 3rd down and about 9 yards to go for the Tornadoes and Austin Grady in the gun. He's got Fabian Williford, trips to the left. One receiver to the right. Grady takes the shotgun snap. He flips it out to the right side, but the pass falls incomplete. Intended for Miles Harris. And Brevard will likely punt from its own end zone. So the defense gets the stop. Brevard's offense move the ball just a couple yards out of its own end zone. And now we'll punt the ball back to the Hurricanes. Return man lined up inside the 50-yard line about the 42. Tornadoes had their last punt blocked. We'll see if they're able to get this one away. Play clock under 5. Snap's good. The kick might have gotten tipped, but it's a wobbler out to about the 31-yard line. Return man picks it up and heads across the 25 to about the 20-yard line where he's shoved out of bounds. And it's great starting field position for TMCCC inside Brevard's 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 with 8:31 to go here in this first quarter. So another tough spot for Brevard's defense as the ball is spotted at the 19-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Jordan Leverett and this Hurricane offense. Mentioned it already, but really cool. I like the jerseys for the Hurricanes today. A little bit of a mix of Miami Dolphins / Miami Hurricanes look today. As Leverett in the shotgun, running back on his left hip. Receiver comes in motion, tied to the formation. Leverett drops to throw, looks right, fires right towards the end zone. It's broken up. Nice job. The pass intended for Nehemiah Smith. Looks like Jeremiah Taylor got a hand in there, as well as Paul Love, as Taylor is down on the turf, a little shaken up as the clock stops with 8:26 to go in the first quarter. Athletic trainers Sarah Woodbury and Megan Martinez take a look at Taylor. with 8:26 to go here in this first quarter. No score, but it's the second trip to the Brevard red zone for the Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes on its first 2 drives of the game. Both of them started on Brevard's side of the field. A blocked punt gave the Hurricanes good starting field position inside Brevard's 40-yard line, and a short punt accompanied by about a 20-yard return sets the Hurricanes up at the 19-yard line, and it's 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass intended for Nehemiah Smith. As Taylor continues to get looked at, we'll take a quick 15-second break and be back on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, it's 2nd and 10 as Taylor walks off on his own power. Back to the Brevard sideline. Good to see that. He's had a very nice game so far. And just broke up the pass deep to the end zone as Barnes in the backfield with Leverett on 2nd and 10. He puts the receiver in motion. Takes a snap, 2-step drop, will step up in the pocket, throw it left side, and a great throw. Was it caught? Yes, it was. It's a touchdown. Beautiful throw to the corner of the end zone. It's Brandon Sibley who makes a tiptoe grab inside the left pylon, and the Hurricanes take a 6-0 lead, and looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Levert's made some really nice throws here early in this contest. He's had 2 on the sideline where he's just put it on the money, right on the letters, and that time Sibley makes the catch to make it 6-0, and the Hurricanes will go for 2. Moultrie in the backfield here with Jordan Leverett as he takes the snap. Handoff goes to Moultrie, sprints left, and he's going to score. So a flag is thrown on the 2-point try, and it came from the back of the end zone. We'll see what the call is. It's a hold on the offense. So the penalty wipes away the 2-point try, and it'll stay 6-0. So 8:19 to go. It's 6-0. The Brevard defense is still on the field here. So they're going to replay the try because the 2-point try was good. That was the confusion there as Moultrie was able to get into the end zone. So now they're going to move the Hurricanes back to about the 12-yard line, and they'll try it again. I was about to say, I thought Moultrie got in there, and he surely did. So they're going to redo the try from the 12. Leverett under center for the first time today, it seems. Receiver out to the right, one split out to the wide side left. Handoff goes to Moultrie. He'll sprint left. Following his blockers, gets some space, but he's tackled in the open field. A really nice tackle there for the Tornadoes. It looks like it was Amir Campbell who tripped him up. And the 2-point conversion is no good. The Hurricanes right back out on the field. With 8:19 to go in the first quarter, 6-0. The Hurricanes lead after a touchdown pass from Leverett to Sibley. Witherspoon and Chavez back to receive the kick. It was a short kick directly at an up man. The first kickoff of the game by number 12, Keith Adams. He'll do the kicking duties again. There's not a true kicker-punter on the roster for the Hurricanes, so you'll probably see them go for it a lot today. if I had to guess, and we'll see what the second kickoff from Keith Adams has to hold. That's another short kick, end-over-end kick that is picked up on a hop by Chavez at the 24. He races left side across the 35. He's spilled down right at about the 40-yard line. I think Nehemiah Smith was the one who made the stop. And it's decent field position for Brevard once again. Trailing 6-0 here about midway through the first quarter of play. 1st and 10 Tornadoes from their own 40-yard line, as Brandon Waldrop will be the running back here on 1st and 10. Options to the right hip of Austin Grady. Receiver out to the right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Grady on 1st and 10. Hurricane jumped on the right side. No flag came in as he was able to get back on sides. Grady drops the throw. He'll loop it right side to Spencer, who tries to reach out and make the grab. Couldn't do so. He was there, but the throw just a little off the mark. Nice defense there for the Hurricanes, again intended for Sean Spencer. Ran a nice route and got open. So it's 2nd and 10 from the 41 for the Tornadoes. Trailing 6-0 again. Thanks for tuning in today as we bring you to the end of the homecoming weekend. 4 events on the campus of Brevard College, 3 yesterday and 1 today in the Futures team. As Grady takes the shotgun snap, he'll look right, fire right to Jake Bruni, who catches in the flat. Bruni has room across the 50 to the 45, and he's shoved out at the Hurricanes' 40-yard line by Anthony Bourgeau, and it's 1st down yardage for Jake Bruni. He was shot out of a cannon as soon as he caught that football as he turns the corner and gains yardage across into Hurricane territory, and it's 1st and 10 from the Hurricanes' 40-yard line. A lot of excitement in the program for Jake Bruni, and he shows why right there. As Grady in the gun trips out to the right, 1 to the left. As a receiver comes in motion, Grady takes the snap. He'll look left, fire left. Has a receiver. It's caught across the 30, spilled down near the 25. As Caden Clark makes the grab, it's another 1st down for Brevard inside the Hurricanes' 30-yard line. 1st down Tornadoes is Austin Grady, back-to-back completions. He's starting to find his footing. And it's 1st and 10 from the Hurricanes' 27-yard line as the clock spins towards 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Waldrop in the backfield with Grady. 3 receivers tighten the formation to the right, 1 to the left. As Grady takes the snap, once again drops the throw, looks right, steps up in the pocket, fires across the middle, goes off a hand, and a diving attempt. It falls incomplete. But you see the athleticism of this TMCCC defense. As Jakeon Wilson was the first to get his hands on it. Another Hurricane came flying in Keandre Griffin, who almost had it on the diving attempt. And it's 2nd and 10. Talking to Coach Gant, he was really impressed on the film from this Hurricane squad of the athleticism. He said they're probably the most athletic team we've seen so far. You see it on display right there with acrobatic effort to try and make that play. And it's 2nd and 10 for Grady in the Tornado offense inside the 30-yard line of the Hurricanes. 2 come in motion. 1 to the right, 1 to the left for Grady on 2nd and 10. He takes the snap, hands off up the middle. Running back has room. He sprints left, runs over a defender. Does Fabian Williford. And he has a 1st down run of about 12 yards. Strong running for Fabian Williford to continue this drive now inside the Hurricane red zone at about the 17-yard line. Clock under 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Williford still in the backfield with Grady. He motions to the right hip of his quarterback. Grady takes the snap, play action. He rolls right, looks right. Looking for Spencer. Now he'll take off wisely, will Grady, across the 10, and he's spilled over the top of a defender. Did the ball come out? It looks like it did after Grady was down. That's the signal. And about an 8-yard run for Austin Grady on 1st down. That moves Brevard inside the 10 to about the 9. Nice decision from Grady. He was looking for Spencer on the corner route to the end zone, but it was well covered by the Hurricanes defense. and he decides to take off, take what he can get, and he got a good gain on first down to set up second and short. Looks like Williford still in the backfield here on second and short, and this time Williford is swallowed in the backfield as Aiden Ransom came screaming off the edge and gets in the backfield and creates a loss on second and short, a pretty significant one that moves Brevard back about 3 yards, and it's 3rd and 5. Brevard looking to knot this up and will have an opportunity to take the lead if it is able to find the end zone, as the 2-point try from the Hurricanes was no good on their first touchdown. Grady takes the snap, looks left, fires left, and it's incomplete. Intended for Miles Harris, and it's 4th down. So 4th down and about 5 for the Tornadoes, and I think the offense is going to stay on the field here and try to pick this thing up inside, well, now just outside the Hurricanes' 10-yard line. Williford remains in the backfield on the left hip of Grady. Receiver out to the right, 2 to the left. For Grady here on 4th down. Play clock under 10 seconds. Grady takes a shotgun snap, 2-step drop. Will get across the middle, but he is swarmed by a pair of Hurricanes, and he's short of the yard to gain. And it was Jeremiah Murphy there on the stop. And the Hurricanes come up big on 4th down. Brevard got a 4th down stop inside its own 10-yard line. Now the Hurricanes do the same and give its offense the ball back deep in its own territory. 4:43 to go here in the first quarter. Brevard trails TMCCC 6-0 in the first quarter of play. A lot of good from the Brevard offense on that drive. Austin Grady's pocket awareness was there. He had a scramble when the pressure was coming in. He tried to do so there on 4th down, but he was met by the Hurricanes short of the yard to gain. As Leverett in the shotgun has Moultrie with him on the backfield on his left hip. He takes the snap, looks left, fires left down the field, has a receiver, and it's caught. What a great grab by Traylon Sept over the shoulder on a great back shoulder throw from Jordan Leverett, and the Hurricanes are across the 50. Leverett again with a really nice throw. Great adjustment by Sept to make that grab, and he goes down on his own will at the 47-yard line of the Tornadoes. Curtis Carter in the backfield with Leverett on 1st and 10. Leverett takes a snap. Once again, looks to throw. Flips it left side. It's caught in the boundary, and he is wrangled down at about the 45-yard line by Hayden Ross. And it's a short gain on 1st down of about 2. The ball will be spotted. Actually, make it 3 at the 44-yard line. Clock spins under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter of play. Hurricanes looking to add to this lead that sits at 6-0. Moultrie on the left hip of Leverett. He takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, runs left side, stiff arms a defender, but he's taken down on the Brevard sideline. Little to no gain on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and about 6 as Amir Campbell pushes him to the sideline. 3:05 and moving clock in this first quarter. The Hurricanes looking to extend this drive. You'd have to think anywhere across midfield, the Hurricanes are going to make it 4-down territory. They can avoid that by trying to convert this 3rd down. As Leverett takes the snap, he'll hand off left side, and cutting back was Curtis Carter, but he was met right in the middle by Short. And it's 4th down and, let's say, 6 from the 43. And no brainer here for the Hurricanes. The offense didn't even think about coming off the field. And the Hurricanes are going to go for it. Under 10 seconds on the play clock, the Hurricanes get to the line. Leverett in the gun. 3 now on the play clock. And there's going to be a timeout by the Hurricanes with 1:59 to go in this first quarter. They'll talk about it. And likely the offense still going to come out on the field when we come back on the other side.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy. Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits.
It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Welcome back to Islamel Family Field, 4th and 6 for this Hurricanes offense, and sure enough, they're back on the field. With Leverett in the gun, he's got 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the wide side left. Takes a snap, drops the throw, pressure coming in immediately. He has to roll out to his right. He fires right, and it's deflected away. Once again, Jeremiah Taylor with a pass breakup, and he gets the offense the ball back. Taylor, who was a little shaken up on the last drive, he's been all over the field today. And gets his hand in there to jar it away from Braniff Sibley, who had the touchdown catch earlier in this contest. And Brevard once again takes over with good field position near midfield. Brevard football at its own 43-yard line. As Isaiah Ledford comes out with Austin Grady for the first play of this drive. Under 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. There's 2 come in motion, 2 tight ends. Grady takes the snap, hands off Ledford up the middle. He cuts it right side. And he keeps the legs churning for about a yard or 2. And he's stopped by Pop Francis there in the middle. 2-yard gain to the 45. Good job by Grady in this offense so far. Despite not being able to score, the offense has picked up significantly from the start of this game. And Grady's made some good plays at the quarterback position. 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the left as Bruni comes in motion. Grady takes the snap, drops the throw. We'll flip it right side. There's 2 players there, Bruni included, but it's going to be the tight end to haul it in. Hudson Patrick. And he has a gain of about 2 to the 47. Looked like Bruni and Patrick were running the same route there. They were both in the area to make the play, but Patrick hauled it in. And it'll be 3rd and a long 7 from the 47-yard line. Game clock under a minute to play here in the first. As Grady back in the gun, has Ledford on his right hip. 3 receivers to the left, to 1 to the right for Grady on 3rd down. Play clock under 10 seconds as Grady ready to take the shotgun snap. Grady takes the snap, a high one. He steps up in the pocket, but he's met in the backfield by number 22, Kavion Lamons. And it's a loss behind the original line of scrimmage back to about the 42-yard line. And Brevard's going to punt probably after the quarter break as the game clock under 10 seconds. And it will take us to the quarter. 6-0 Hurricanes after 1. As both defenses have come up big here early in this ball game. Brevard will punt from its own 42-yard line when we come back on the other side.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at Oddsmell Family Field for the start of the second quarter as Cameron Brown will punt. First punt was blocked. Second punt was close to being blocked. Might have even been tipped. We'll see if Brevard can get away a clean one here. Snap comes back as it is a clean kick. It's a good one. Fair catch called for at the 25-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10. For TMCCC with 14:52 to go before halftime as the second quarter just underway. First down and 10 for this Hurricanes offense has certainly shown signs with Leverett delivering a handful of really nice throws, but Brevard's defense has come up big and gotten a pair of 4th down stops to hold this offense to just 6 points thus far. Moultrie in the backfield with Leverett on first down. He puts a receiver in motion on the left side of the formation. As Leverett takes a shotgun snap, drops a throw, steps up in the pocket. He'll fire deep down the right sideline, and it's incomplete. Intended for Traylon Sept. Great defense by Isaac Peoples. I don't know if he got a hand on it or not, but he made Sept uncomfortable down the right sideline. Another throw, though, that was right on the money. Is now there's laundry down the backfield of the Hurricanes in the area of holding, and that's going to be the call again. Pair of holding penalties. This time it's called on number 52, Judah Randall, and it moves the Hurricanes back to their own 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20. First down, 20 yards to go from the Hurricanes' 15-yard line. As Moultrie stands on the left hip of Jordan Leverett, 2 receivers to the left and right of the formation. Play clock under 15 as Leverett takes the snap, hands off. Moultrie, who sprints right side, has about 6 yards on the first down carry. He's spilled down by Isaac Peoples. It'll be 2nd down and 13 on a 7-yard gain for Moultrie on 1st and 20. Beautiful day here on the campus of Brevard College. We've had some inclement weather issues this year, and that just hasn't been the case the past 2 weekends, knock on wood. And this area brings storms quickly. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed that we have a clean game today without any inclement weather delays. Blue skies right now as Leverett takes a snap, whistles before the snap. And it's a false start, I believe, on the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes have hurt themselves, especially on this drive, with penalties. And it'll be 2nd and 18 now for this Hurricanes offense. Leverett takes the snap, 2-step drop. He'll flip it right side, incomplete. Intended for Nehemiah Smith. And the clock stops at 13:58. It's 3rd down and long for the Hurricanes. Interesting here because, like I mentioned, the Hurricanes don't have a kicker or punter listed on their roster. It's been Keith Adams who's done the first 2 kickoffs, and there have been mixed results on those kicks. So we'll see if the Hurricanes are unable to pick up substantial yardage here, what they'll do on 4th down deep in their own end. Leverett drops the throw, fires left, incomplete, intended for number 2, Braniff Sibley, and good pressure by the Tornadoes that forced a rush throw from Leverett. And the Hurricanes will send away the first punt of the contest. Like I said, we'll see how this goes. I think it's going to be Keith Adams to do the punting duties with Miles Witherspoon back to receive. It was a good kick from Adams on his second kickoff. The first one was a line drive right at the up man that was caught and eventually sat on by the Tornadoes. As a play clock under 10 seconds. Adams signals for the snap. It's a looping snap. Adams got a kick away, but it's right back to the line of scrimmage. And the Tornadoes got a hand on the ball. It's still loose. It's inside the 5. Who has it? It looks like maybe Brevard was able to jump on it. And it looked like Nasir Void got on the loose ball. And the Tornadoes will take over at about the 5-yard line. That was absurd. A punt that went maybe a yard from the line of scrimmage, got off the hands of a Tornado defender, kicked around for what seemed like forever. And the Tornadoes come out of the pack with the football, and it's 1st and goal Brevard at about the 5-yard line. You see something new every day, and I'm not sure I've ever seen anything like that. As the Tornadoes set up 1st down and goal, the official was having a conference here to straighten things out on what was a wonky special teams play. As Grady will set up in the shotgun, 1st and goal with Fabian Williford with him in the backfield. Sean Spencer out to the right with 2 receivers, or a receiver and a tight end on the left side of the formation. Grady takes the snap, hands off Williford to the right side. He sprints right, cuts back, and he's in the end zone. Fabian Williford, nice vision to get in the end zone, and the Tornadoes have tied the game at 6. Really nice acceleration out of the backfield from Williford. Sprinted right, saw a defender in his area, so he cut back to the middle and finds Paydirt. Touchdown Brevard at 6 apiece, pending the extra point. And the Tornadoes will try and take a 1-point advantage after the Hurricanes missed their 2-point try on their touchdown. Wagner's kick is up, and the kick is good. Brevard leads the Hurricanes 7-6 as we take a look at the run from Williford. Really nice vision, a nice cut, put his foot in the turf, and cut back and found the end zone. 7-6 Brevard. 7-6 Tornadoes over the Hurricanes as Brevard will kick it back to the Hurricanes with a 1-point lead with 13:44 to go in this second quarter. Brevard got about the best field position you could ask for on a wonky special teams exchange. About a 1-yard punt that was fumbled by the Brevard defensive lineman, but was eventually recovered inside the 10. And Brevard wasted no time to capitalize. And Jade Williams back to receive this kick. He'll go back all the way to about his 2 and take it out. He's across the 20, across the 25 before he's met by a couple Tornadoes, but he breaks out of the tackle and he finds his way across the 30 to about the 32. It was Jeremiah Taylor again there on the stop for Brevard. But a nice return from Jade Williams, who gets across the 30 to the 32. It looked like he was dead to rights at about the 25, but he broke out of a couple arm tackles and found his way to the 32-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Jordan Leverett and this Hurricane offense. As handoff goes left side, it's taken across the 35 before he's taken down at about the 38-yard line. That was Donovan Caldwell on the run. He gets good 1st down yardage to about the 37-yard line, give or take. And it'll be second and short. Was there a flag down? Referees are talking about it. Waiting to see the signal. I don't see a flag down. Maybe it was picked up. As the Tornadoes are pointing the way of the Hurricanes, and back move the Hurricanes. It'll be a first down and long now on another holding penalty. A ton of penalties so far on the Hurricanes that pushed them back to about the 23-yard line. The flag was covered up by the copious amount of players on the Brevard sideline. Didn't see that one dropped, but it was. And the good run on first down wiped away by another penalty, and it'll be first and long for Leverett in this offense. He takes the snap, hands off right back to Caldwell, cuts back, has a couple yards on first down before he's met by 3 Tornadoes. And it was Tyler McClendon there on the stop. And it moves, takes away about half of the penalty yards. And it'll be second and 14 at the 29-yard line for this Hurricane offense. Caldwell still in the backfield with Leverett on second and long. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a tight end in the formation for Leverett on second down. Play clock under 10. It was a late sub for the Hurricanes. So Brevard will have a chance to make that sub. And now the play clock is under 5 seconds, and it sits at 0. And it's a delay of game. The referee was standing over the football, but that's because number 42 for the Hurricanes ran in with about 12 seconds on the play clock. And now the Hurricanes will move backwards 5 yards. That's the rule in football. If a team makes a late sub, the referee gives the opponent the opportunity to also make a sub. And that's why it's another penalty on the Hurricanes that makes it second and long. Or second and longer, let's say. Snap goes to Leverett. Another flag flies. It's flipped out to the flat. Flags on both sides of the field. As Sept makes the grab, but he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And it's an illegal formation call. The flag was thrown on the snap. And this is a little bit of a nightmare for the Hurricanes in the penalty department. 3 straight snaps with penalties. Actually, the previous flag was before the snap. But nonetheless, 3 straight penalties on the Hurricanes, and they keep on moving backwards. Yeah, it looks like Brevard wants to decline this penalty. Probably the right decision, as it would move them 5 yards backwards, but it was already a loss on the play that moves the Hurricanes back a little bit more. And you're going to take your chances here on 3rd and a mile instead of giving them another down. So 3rd and, let's say, 22. For this Hurricane offense, it's just going to be a handoff up the middle to Caldwell, and he is met at about the 25-yard line. Number 94 on the tackle. It's Mason Powell, and Jace Radford was there as well. And it's 4th down and long. We saw what happened last time when the Hurricanes tried to punt. And they'll look for a better result here, but it's a no-brainer. You got to punt the football away. 4th and long on your own 25-yard line. Miles Witherspoon's back to receive. And Keith Adams will punt. Play clock is under 10 seconds again. With 11:17 and a moving clock to go before halftime. Snap is back to Adams. It's a good one, and this time he gets away a solid kick that bounces around near the 50. Witherspoon gets away from it, and Adams does a really nice job to flip the field, puts Brevard back inside its own 40-yard line. As we see another flag down on the field. This one's sitting at about the 33-yard line of the Hurricanes. Awaiting the call here. I think we saw a flag on just about every play on that last drive for the Hurricanes, and it continues on 4th down. Referees will continue to conference here before we get the official call. Seven to 6 Tornadoes with 11:03 to go here in the second quarter. Is there a point in the way of the Tornadoes, I believe? So holding on the Tornadoes will move Brevard back 10 yards. So the ball goes from the Hurricanes' 25-yard line all the way back to Brevard's 28. That's a much better result than what happened in the last punt attempt from the Hurricanes. And nice job by Keith Adams to get that one away. A bouncing kick and then a penalty that moves Brevard deeper on its own end. Grady in the gun. He's got a running back in the backfield and Jamar Hicks. As he takes the snap, play action, rush coming in. Grady steps up and the ball is out. The ball is out inside the 10. It's scooped up and it's taken in for a touchdown. Aiden Ransom scoops up the loose ball and takes it to the crib. Grady was trying to step up in the pocket and lost the ball on the hit from Kavion Lamons. And it's a touchdown for the Hurricanes, 12-7. And you'd think the offense is going to come out and go for two like they did on the first drive and make it an even 14-7 touchdown lead in that scenario. A turnover for the Tornadoes gives the Hurricanes a lead back just when it seemed like Brevard had seized said momentum. As Leverett will set up in the gun, he's got a running back, Curtis Carter, on his right hip. A receiver out to the left and right of the formation. Leverett takes a shotgun snap. It's a read option. He hands off to Carter, who is taken down before he can get to the goal line at about the 5 by Jace Radford and short. And it's short of the goal line. Take a look at that play. Grady lost the football on the hit from Lamons, and the ball right into the lap of the Hurricanes, who took it for 6. Aiden Ransom finds the end zone, and it's 12-7. 10:53 to go here in the second quarter as we keep it right here. Been a back and forth game so far. Some really nice plays made on both sides of the football by both teams in a competitive Sunday matchup between these two sides. Keith Adams will come out to do the kicking duties once again. Miles Witherspoon and Santi Chavez back to receive. Again, for Keith Adams to not really be a kicker or a punter, he's done a nice job today, despite the one kick that was bounced around inside the 5 and recovered by Brevard. Adams has done his best to get these kicks away, and he'll do it again here with 10:53 to go before halftime. Adams trots up to the football, and it's an onside kick, right side. Did it go 10 yards? No, it did not. It went about 8 yards before it was scooped up, and the flag is dropped. Nice onside kick there from Adams. I think if the Hurricanes were a little bit more patient, that would have ended up going 10 yards before Brevard could have gotten to it. But it's touched before the 10-yard minimum is reached, and Brevard catches a break, and we'll have it on the plus side of the field. The whole special teams unit was moving backwards, and that kick was just bouncing around with nobody home. And it'll be 1st and 10. Tornadoes at the Hurricanes' 43-yard line. Grady in the gun. He's got Isaiah Ledford on his right hip. 2 receivers, twins to the right, and 1 to the left. Play clock under 15 as Grady calls for the shotgun snap. He'll fire deep right side. He's got Jake Bruni, but it's over his head, incomplete. Bruni all alone. The Hurricanes didn't see him behind the coverage. He was open. The throw a little bit high. And it's 2nd and 10. Second down, 10 yards to go. Good field position for Brevard to start this drive, trailing by 5. After the strip sack, scoop, and score for the TMCCC Hurricanes. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. For Grady in the shotgun, who rolls right, loops it deep, and nobody's home, and it's intercepted. Intended for Bruni. It's picked off by Antonio Sanders. And back-to-back drives with turnovers for the Brevard offense, and the ball goes back to the Hurricanes. A little bit of a miscommunication there, it seemed, between Grady and Bruni. And it's 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes at the, let's say, 28-yard line. First and 10 for Leverett in this offense. Curtis Carter's in the backfield. Receiver comes in motion, now motions back to the right side of the formation. Leverett takes a shotgun snap, steps up in the pocket, fires it deep. He has a receiver, and it's off the hands of Taylor. Incomplete. It looked like the receiver had a couple of steps. Did trail and sept, but again, Jeremiah Taylor catches up to that and almost had an interception. And it's 2nd and 10. What a job by Jeremiah Taylor today. He has been so impactful for this defense. Multiple pass breakups in this ball game. And it's incomplete. Make it 2nd and 10. Again, it looked like Sept had a couple steps on him, but the throw was a little bit behind, and Taylor was able to get his hands in there. Leverett once again drops the throw. He'll step up and take off to the left side across the 30. And he goes out of bounds on his own power at about the 36-yard line to set up 3rd and short. Clock spins under 10.5 to play before the halftime break. Third down and about a short 3, I'd say, from the 36-yard line. As Leverett in the gun with Curtis Carter in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left as well as to the wide side right of the formation. Leverett takes the snap, hands off Carter, who sprints across the middle, loses his balance across the 45, and he's tripped up at the 47-yard line, but it's plenty for a 1st down as the Hurricanes inch towards midfield. 1st and 10 Hurricanes on the 3rd down conversion from Curtis Carter on the run up the middle. There's a receiver to the left, 2 to the wide side, right for Leverett on 1st down and 10. 2-step drop, pressure coming in. Leverett steps up, and now he'll loop it left side, finds his receiver across the Brevard 40. And it's a 1st down pitch and catch for Leverett. And he's pushed out of bounds by Deshaun Bay. And it's 1st and 10 Hurricanes at the Brevard 38-yard line. Clock spins towards 9 minutes to play before halftime. The Hurricanes looking to take a 2-possession lead on this drive as Antoine Barnes joins Leverett in the backfield. Delayed handoff goes left side. Barnes has room across the 35, and he's inside the 30 before he's shoved out of bounds by Paul Love. And it's another 1st down gain. Some chunk gains on this drive for the Hurricanes as whistles blow, and Brevard will burn a timeout and try to get their breath back a little bit here with 8:50 to go in the 2nd quarter. We'll take a quick break with them and be back right on the other side.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy. Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits.
It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
First down and 10, Hurricanes out of the timeout with 8:50 to play in the second quarter. And it's been a handful of chunk gains on this drive for the Hurricanes. A third down conversion. Again, just 7 to 10 yard gains have produced on this drive. As Leverett takes the snap, read option, and he cuts it back, but he's pulled down in the middle of the field by Marvin Pulley. And it's a short gain of about 4 yards on first down. See if Brevard can create a negative play here. The Hurricanes have done their job defensively. Back-to-back drives with turnovers. One of them resulted in a score on the strip sack, scoop and score. As Leverett takes a shotgun snap, hands off up the middle, and tripped up is number 25, Antoine Barnes. But he has another decent gain on second down. I'll make it third and short. I think it was Short that made the play. Antoine Barnes back in the backfield with Leverett on third down and short as he takes the snap. Read option, he sprints left, has first down yardage across the 20 to about the 10-yard line, but a flag comes in the area of holding as Paul Love makes the stop. And likely going to move the Hurricanes back here, if it is what I think it is. Hurricanes have had a handful of holding calls in this ball game, a handful of penalties in general that have hurt this team thus far. The team that's played a pretty good game up to this point. As we get the call, holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. I saw that flag come out near about the 12-yard line. It's actually the 16. I'll move him back to the 26. And it remains third down. So a first down run for Leverett turns into a 10-yard penalty. That makes it third and 9 yards to go for this Hurricanes offense. Clock under 8 minutes to play before halftime, about halfway through the second quarter. Now, whistles blow, we'll get a Hurricanes timeout. Hurricanes spent a lot of time in that huddle, and the play clock was dwindling down, so we'll take a break with them, a 30-second break, and be back on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Third down and 9 for the Hurricanes out of the timeout. As Barnes stands in the backfield with Leverett. He's got a receiver out to the right and the left of the formation. We'll get ready for this third down and 9 yards to go. Have to think the Hurricanes are probably going to go for it this deep in Brevard territory. As Leverett takes his snap, looks right, escapes the pocket. Another flag comes down the area of holding as Leverett floats it out towards the right side. It's incomplete. 3 flags all sitting in the same area right near the line of scrimmage. And did the Hurricanes hold again? We'll see. Still waiting on the call, but the Hurricanes are moving backwards. It sure is another holding call on the Hurricanes. Brevard's going to decline this penalty and force the Hurricanes to have fourth down and 9, which they will surely go for. With the clock stopped at 7:22 on the incomplete pass. Big opportunity here for the Brevard defense to get off the field and keep it a one-score game. Leverett puts a receiver in motion, takes the snap, looks right, looks left, fires it across the middle of the field. It's broken up. Guess who? It's Jeremiah Taylor, who who breaks up the pass. And it's a turnover on downs. Brevard football near the 26-yard line where Brevard will take over. With 7:17 to go in the second quarter. Man, what a game Jeremiah Taylor has had. He's all over the football field, makes a wonderful play to keep this a one-score game, 12-7 Hurricanes, as Fabian Williford stands in the backfield with Austin Grady on first down and 10. He puts a tight end in motion. Grady takes a shotgun snap, hands off Williford to the right side. Williford makes a couple moves. He's across the 30 before he's spilled down by Antonio Sanders. It's a gain of about 6 on first down. Good run from Williford, who already has the lone touchdown for Brevard today. And it's 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line. I think it's the 33. 2 good rushing performances yesterday and today. It was Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel who rushed for over 100 yards in Brevard's win over Southern Virginia yesterday afternoon on homecoming Saturday. Trips to the left, one to the right for Grady on 2nd and short. Hands off Williford, who swallowed behind the line of scrimmage as soon as he took the handoff practically, and he is down in the backfield. It looks like Jeremiah Murphy was the first there. And Eddie Jefferson, as well as Kavion Lamons, was there on the stop, and now it's 3rd and about 6 yards to go for this Brevard offense as the clock dwindles towards 6 minutes to play before halftime. 3 to the left, 1 to the right for Grady in the formation. Puts the receiver in motion. Takes a snap, drops the throw. He flips it out quickly to Williford, who makes a move, makes another one, and then he's taken down by number 6'8" and Ransom. And it's 4th and a long one, I believe, from about the 36-yard line. We're aware we're having some technical difficulties here. We're back. Just a quick technical difficulty here on the live stream as it's going to be 4th and short. Brevard's going to go for it. Grady takes the snap, hands off Williford, who bursts up the middle. First down yardage and more. There goes Fabian Williford, breaks a tackle, and he's across the 30 into Hurricane territory. He's taken down by Keandre Griffin. And a big run for Williford that moves the Tornadoes inside the Hurricanes 30. 1st and 10. Spotted at the 29-yard line on the electric run from Fabian Williford. And the Tornadoes are moving on this drive now. Williford remains in the backfield with Grady. It's almost a tight end to his left hip. A receiver out to the right, one to the left. On 1st and 10, play clock under 10. He goes right back to Williford, who has a couple yards before he's tripped up by number 45, Caleb Davis, and number 27, Pop Francis. And there is a Hurricane down on the turf. And Megan Martinez and head trainer Michael Cabrera are going to come out to take a look at him. We'll take a 30-second break while he gets checked out and be back on the other side.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Ozamel Family Field, it's number 47, Javante Thomas, with some help from his teammates to get back to the sideline. Good to see Thomas back on his feet. Looks like maybe that right ankle for Thomas. As Brevard's offense will get back on the field at the Hurricanes' 27-yard line. It was a Fabian Williford dash that kind of opened up this drive for the Tornadoes on 4th and short. Williford's been running the football really well today, and it's going to be 2nd and 8 for Brevard from the Hurricanes' 27 after a 2-yard rush by Williford on 1st and 10. Clock resumes, 4:06 and moving clock here before halftime. This time, Williford gets a breather. It's Ledford in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Grady on 2nd and 8. Takes a snap, drops the throw, flips it left for Ledford. He short-armed it, and it skips incomplete. With the pressure coming in, you can kind of see Grady just tried to get that ball out and did so. And don't know if it was going to go for anything. Ledford was near a handful of Hurricane defenders as Kamari Rooks applied the pressure. 3:48 clock is stopped, and it's 3rd and 8 for Brevard at the Hurricanes' 27-yard line. Ledford remains in the backfield with Grady. Wide receiver to the right, trips to the left as Grady takes his snap. He looks left, looks right, steps up, and there was some contact early, and here comes a flag. It was good coverage on Caden Clark, but it was just a little too soon from Keandre Griffin. And this penalty is going to keep the drive alive. It's a mistake from the Hurricanes because even if that ball was caught, Griffin was right there to make the tackle, but he made the tackle before the ball arrived. As it's going to be a penalty on the Hurricanes here. It looks like only a 5-yard penalty, potentially. But it's automatic first down. It was a spot foul, so only a 2-yard penalty there, but gives Brevard a new set of downs. As Williford back in the backfield on the right hip of Grady. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Grady takes a snap, drops the throw, flips it. It's a screen pass to Williford. He has space across the right side. He cuts it back across a 10, across a 5, and Fabian Williford finds the end zone again. A nifty screen pass. Grady flipped it out to him, but there is a flag at the 19-yard line. Flag at the 19-yard line. It looks like this one might be coming back. The offensive line is standing there in disbelief. But it's going to be on Brevard. Touchdown wiped off the board. Holding on number 52 of the Tornadoes, Jaden McGill, and will replay first down. Tough break for Brevard as the ball is moved back to the 29. Regardless, if I'm Fabian Williford, I might still be putting that play on my highlight reel as he broke away on that screen pass and pretty much did it all himself and avoided a handful of defenders. But the holding penalty wipes it away. It's going to be first and about 15 yards to go with 3.5 to play. Williford remains on the left hip of Grady. Play clock under 5 seconds. Grady takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, and he is wrangled down behind the line of scrimmage by number 22, Kavion Lamons. And it moves Brevard back behind the 30 at about the 32-yard line. Now it's second and about 20 yards to go as the clock twirls towards 3 minutes to play before halftime. Grady in the gun. He's got Williford behind him in the backfield. Receiver to the right, and Sean Spencer. And Caden Clark to the left. Grady takes a snap. He hands off Williford, who cuts back across the 30 to the 25, and he's spilled down near the 23-yard line by number 44, Chris Crawley, and number 6, Aiden Ransom. And it's back near the original line of scrimmage at the 24-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 10. Good job by Williford to get back to the original line of scrimmage. About 3-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. So this will probably, unless it's incomplete, will be the last play before the 2-minute timeout. Williford in the backfield with Grady, 3 receivers to the left. Grady takes the snap. He dances around the pocket, and he'll just toss it at the feet of Williford as the clock stops at 2:07. And it'll be 4th down and 10. Brevard probably going to go for this deep in Hurricane territory. Crucial 4th down here for Brevard. It looked like the Tornadoes had taken the lead on Fabian Williford's screen pass and run. Looked like his second touchdown of the game, but it's since been wiped away, and Brevard has a 4th down and 10 at the Hurricanes' 24. Williford in the game at running back. Sean Spencer to the right. Jake Bruni and Caden Clark split out to the left. Grady takes the snap, drops the throw. Looks left, fires left. Bruni makes the grab, and he's across the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown, Tornadoes. Keandre Griffin took a gamble. Jake Bruni reached out, made the grab, held onto it, and took it right into the middle for a touchdown. Tornadoes 13, Hurricanes 12, pending the extra point with exactly 2 minutes to go before halftime. There's Jake Bruni again, a guy a lot of people are excited about in this program, and he makes a great play for 6. Gavin Wagner out for the extra point. And now a flag at the snap. And the Hurricanes jump. Let's see. Still waiting on the call here. Looks like we might be looking at a false start here. And it's going to be offsides on the Hurricanes. So move the ball from the 2 to the 1. And Wagner will try the kick again. The snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Let's take a look at that connection from Grady to Jake Bruni. The ball that was floating in the air, Griffin took a gamble, couldn't get there, and Jake Bruni takes it to the house for 6. 14-12, Brevard with 2 minutes to play. And the special teams unit's back on the field, so we'll just keep it right here as the Tornadoes retake the lead. It's been the defense that's come up with the big stops, and the offense has found a way. 2 touchdowns for the Hurricanes in the first half. Leverett found Brandon Sibley for a touchdown, defensive score as well, but they missed both 2-point conversions, which is why we're sitting at a 14-12 score. And they're going to take the 2-minute timeout, I believe. They didn't take enough time between the kick, the touchdown and the kick. So we will take a timeout with them. 30-second break, and we'll be right back on the other side.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, the kickoff about to be sent away back to the Hurricanes. We'll see what the Hurricanes have to offer in this 2-minute drill. Still 3 timeouts, or maybe 2 timeouts for the Hurricanes. As Gavin Wagner will do the kickoff duties. 14-12 Brevard. Both teams have scored twice, but the difference is the Tornadoes have converted 2 extra points, and the Hurricanes have failed 2-point tries. Wagner will try an onside kick. It bounces around at midfield. The ball's loose. Who has it? I think the Hurricanes do, as Brevard had a chance to recover that. And the Tornadoes, a little bit disappointed they couldn't come up with that. Saw DJ Womack, hands on his helmet. He thought he had that football. But pretty significant now with 1:58 to go. As there is a flag sitting on the 35-yard line. Looks like the Tornadoes might have been offsides on that kickoff. As the clock resets at 2 minutes, awaiting the call. Looks like we might be getting a re-kick here potentially. And that's the call, offsides on the Brevard kicking team, and it'll be first down Hurricanes inside Brevard territory. So it's going to be at the 48-yard line of the Tornadoes. First down and 10. The clock is stopped at 2 minutes to go before half. With Moultrie in the backfield, with Jordan Leverett on first down and 10. We'll see if the Tornadoes can come up with a stop here to maintain this lead. Going to halftime, again, the Hurricanes are probably going to go for a touchdown every time. I'm not sure they're confident enough in that to try a field goal with no kickers on the roster. As Leverett drops the throw, he flips it out left side. It is complete to number 18, Nehemiah Smith, and he tiptoes near the 35-yard line, and his first down yardage to about the 36. As Short makes the stop for the Tornadoes. Clock spins, 1:45 and a moving clock before halftime. Leverett in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. With Moultrie in the backfield. 2-step drop to throw. He dances around, pressure coming in. He flips it out right side. It is complete, but he's upended after about a 3-yard gain by Marvin Pulley and DJ Womack. And it's 2nd and 8. Clock continues to move near a minute as the Hurricanes try to get to the line. Receiver out to the right, 3 to the left. For Leverett on 2nd down. 2-step drop to throw. He looks left, throws left. It's complete, but great tackle as soon as the catch was made. It's number 58, Hayden Ross on the stop. Behind the line of scrimmage back to the 36-yard line. And the Hurricanes will burn a timeout. It'll be 3rd and long on the other side with under a minute to play. We'll see if the Brevard defense has another stop in them before halftime.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
3rd and long for the Hurricanes with 51 seconds to play in this first half. Brevard trying to maintain its 2-point edge over this Hurricanes team. Leverett takes the snap, drops the throw. Looks left, he'll fire deep left towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Deshaun Bay was there in coverage, and it's 4th down and 10. Leverett's put the ball in the area of his receivers just about every time, giving his receivers a play. That time, his guy just couldn't run out under the football in the end zone. And it's 4th down for the Hurricanes. Offense didn't even take a step toward the sideline as they'll stay out on the field for a 4th down. Brevard able to get the stop, still 45 seconds and a pair of timeouts. We'll see what Brevard decides to do with that if they do get the ball back. Leverett drops the snap, flips it out left, and it's caught across at 25 by Moultrie, and a couple Tornadoes there to make the play near the 20-yard line. As Short was there, as well as Deshaun Bay, but it's 1st down yardage on 4th and 10. As the clock stops to reset the chains with 34.7 to play in the half, and now it starts to roll again with Leverett in the gun. 2 receivers to the right, to the left. Leverett takes the snap, looks right, steps up in the pocket, fires right towards the end zone, and was it caught? No, it wasn't. It was skipped in the end zone, incomplete. Intended for number 17, Traylon Sept. Jason Washington was there to deny him of the football. And it's 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 21.5 to play before halftime. Sepp tried to make his way back to the football. Really nice job by Washington to not interfere. And the throw was short of Sept in the end zone. Moultrie in the backfield with Leverett on 2nd down and 10. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left on 2nd and 10. Leverett takes the snap, looks right, looks left, looks back to his right, tries to escape the pocket. A lot of time coming off the clock as Leverett flips it towards the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown Hurricanes as his receiver sat in the end zone and found a soft spot in the zone. And the Hurricanes have retaken the lead with 9.5 seconds to play. 18-14. And the offense stays on the field to try and go for 2. Big touchdown for the Hurricanes, especially given that they get the ball out of the halftime break. Leverett under center, Moultrie in the backfield, as well as number 7, David Harris. Takes the snap, hands off Moultrie. Is he going to get in? No. He stopped short of the goal line, and the Tornadoes have done a wonderful job on these 2-point conversions. As we take a look at that play, Leverett escaped the pocket for he was running around for about 5 or 6 seconds before he fired into the end zone and found his receiver for a touchdown. And it's 18-14 Hurricanes with 9.5 seconds to play. Unless Brevard gets a great return, have to think we'll just sit on this football and take it to halftime, trailing by 4. And that's now the 3rd time the Hurricanes have come up empty on the 2-point conversions. I mentioned it a couple times, but there's not a kicker listed on the roster. Keith Adams, listed as a defensive back, has been doing the kicking duties, and he has done a good job. But I think the Hurricanes like to take their chance on the 2-point conversions instead of trying to kick the extra point. As Witherspoon and Chavez back to return. And it'll be a new kicker this time. It's going to be Jakeon Wilson. That will do the kicking duties, and he's even going to have the courtesy of a holder, it looks like. And we'll see how this goes with Wilson to do the kicking duties with 9.5 seconds to play. Not out of the question for the Tornadoes to get some good field position here and maybe take a shot at the end zone. That's Wilson. Puts a line drive kick to Jake Bruni, who fields it about the 34-yard line, dances away towards the 40 before he spilled down. The clock stops at 4.3. And with the Tornadoes on the opposite side of their own 40-yard line, would think they're going to try to run this clock out and take it to the halftime break. Nice job by Wilson. Again, not the prettiest kick you'll ever see, but it does plenty to keep the Tornadoes back in their own territory in a game where both teams have had some pretty favorable field positions so far today. Williford's in the backfield with Grady, with a receiver out to the left, one to the right, with a tight end, 2 tight ends in the formation. As Grady takes a snap, hands off Williford. He has a couple yards. He spins out of a tackle, spins out of another, because the clock hits 0, and Williford is ripped down out of bounds And that will take us to half. The Hurricanes score with 9.5 seconds to go in the second quarter to take the lead into the halftime break. It's 18-14, been a fun half of football and should be a fun second half. When we come back, we'll take a halftime break and be back right on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Isomel Family Field for the start of half at number 2 between the Brevard College Tornadoes and the Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes. Say that 3 times straight if you can. 18-14 at the half. The Hurricanes scored right before the break with 9.5 seconds to go, and the Tornadoes ran out the clock, and it'll be a Hurricane football out of the break to try and extend this lead. One big storyline of this game has been the penalties, especially on the Hurricanes. Don't have the official numbers, but certainly more penalties and more penalty yardage have gone the way of the Hurricanes, but Brevard did have a costly penalty that wiped a touchdown off the board. Brevard did eventually score a touchdown on that drive, with Austin Grady finding Jake Bruni for 6. And back and forth we go. It's been a fun football game. Hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon and into the early evening here as we wrap up this homecoming weekend. What a weekend it's been. We appreciate you tuning in, whether it be to the Elders, the soccer game yesterday, or the volleyball game yesterday as well. We're so grateful to have your audience. As Gavin Wagner will kick it away to the 2 deep men for the TMCCC Hurricanes. 15 minutes on the clock. Here we go. The second half is underway as the kick goes to about the 10-yard line, takes Nehemiah Smith back as he'll race across the 20, cuts back at the 25, and he is cut down at the knees at about the 28-yard line. He's a little shaken up. Good tackle by Javian Salters. And Smith still down on the turf as head trainer Michael Cabri comes out to take a look at him. And hopefully Nehemiah Smith is okay. He was hit down low. It was a legal hit, certainly, by Salters, but not a great place to take a hit. Oh, it's Traylon Sept, excuse me. As Sept still a little shaken up, but he gets back to his feet, and he'll walk off on his own power. Good to see Sept all right. Maybe just had the wind knocked out of him a little bit. And it's 1st and 10 Hurricanes at about the 29-yard line with 14:54 remaining in the third quarter. Beautiful day here on the campus of Brevard College. Blue skies with wispy clouds in the backdrop. If you can see the trees on the stream, starting to gain some color as we have felt some fall weather here recently here in western North Carolina. 1st down and 10 for Jordan Leverett and this Hurricane offense. It scored 3 times in the first half, but missed all 3 2-point conversions. Hence the 18-15 score. Handoff goes to the running back. He takes it across the 30 to about the 35 where he spun down by short. It's David Harris on the carry, and he gets good yardage on the 1st down run. It'll be about 2nd and 5 for this Hurricane offense. Leverett had a really nice first half. Again, don't have the numbers, but he did find the end zone a couple times. And it was a defensive touchdown for the Hurricanes in the first half as well. He hands off right back to Harris, who cuts back the line of scrimmage, takes it across a 40, spilled down at about the 44. And Hayden Ross there on the stop. So 2 good carries from Harris gives the Hurricanes 1st down yardage approaching midfield at the 44. As the clock spins under 14 minutes to go in this third quarter, Brevard could really use a stop here and keep this a 2-score game as Moultrie and Harris remain in the backfield. A receiver out to the left, one on the wide side right for the Hurricanes on 1st and 10. Harris takes his 3rd straight carry, and he's hit the line of scrimmage, keeps the leg moving, and gets a yard as Decorius Jenkins makes the tackle. And it's 2nd and 9 with the nose of the football sitting on the 45-yard line. Same formation again, the 2 backs in the backfield, Harris and Moultrie, with a receiver to each side of the formation. Leverett takes a snap, pulls out of the stomach, now flips it out to Moultrie, who has the edge across the 45 to about the 49-yard line, where he is taken out of bounds by Jeremiah Taylor, who makes another big play on the boundary. those pitch plays, if you get the edge, you might still be running, but Taylor cuts down Moultrie, and it's third down. Third down and about 6 at the 47-yard line. 48. As Leverett breaks the huddle. Moultrie in the backfield along with Harris on third down. Play clock under 10 seconds. As he takes the snap, hands it off to Harris, who runs over his defender across the 50 into Brevard territory, but it's short of the first down by about a yard as Marvin Pulley pulls him down. And it's fourth down. And moving back to the 49-yard line of the Tornadoes, so it's a little bit longer, fourth and a long 3 here. And no hesitation, the Hurricanes are going to come to the line and go for it. Leverett takes the snap, handoff goes Harris. He'll have first down yardage, I think, as he stopped right at the 46-yard line. It was Paul Love on the hit. The defense is coming off the field, and Brevard got the stop on fourth down. It looked like Harris was going to have the yardage, but Paul Love stood him up at the first down marker, and it's Brevard football. I thought for sure Harris was going to get the first down there, but he stonewalled right in front of the sticks, and Brevard takes over at its own 46-yard line. What a play by Paul Love. This defense yet again comes up big on fourth down. As the Hurricanes have shown, punting is something they're rarely going to do. As new quarterback in the game to start the second quarter, or the second half, it's Callum Fritz as he hands up off the middle to Ledford. Now a flag in the secondary. And the Hurricanes, I think, asking for a hold. I think they might get it here as Ledford had first down yardage. The Hurricanes are pointing the way of the Brevard end zone. And the holding call will move the Tornadoes back a spot foul, or call it the spot of the foul. And it will move Brevard back to the 48-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 8. So first down and 8 yards to go for Callum Fritz in this Brevard offense with Ledford in the backfield. 2 tight ends come in motion, a receiver to each side of the formation. Fritz takes the snap. Handoff goes back to Ledford. He stumbles across the left side. He's taken down at about the 49-yard line by a couple Hurricanes. And number 45, Caleb Davis, made the stop. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 49-yard line. Clock under 11 minutes to go in this third quarter. Brevard looking to take the lead on this drive. Trailing 18-14 with Ledford in the backfield on the right hip of Fritz. 2 receivers to the right, one on the wide side left for Fritz in the shotgun. He takes the snap, rolls right looking to throw. He'll fire right over top of the defender. Was it caught? No, it was not. A good throw from Fritz. They're looking for Tyrell Bailey on the near sideline. But it falls incomplete. Fritz looped it over the Hurricane defender. And it brings up 3rd and 7. The clock stopped at 10:35 here in this third quarter. Ball sitting on the Brevard 49-yard line, trying to capitalize on another stop from the defense. As Fritz sits in the shotgun with Ledford on his right hip, puts his receiver in motion, takes the snap, drops the throw, pressure coming in. He flips it out right side looking for Bruni. It's tipped and incomplete. Nice defense there by Rico Carter, the defensive back who got his hand in there on the tight end Jake Bruni, who certainly had the size advantage, but he can't haul it in, and it's 4th down. Brevard sends the punting unit out there as the Hurricanes send their return man back. As the punter lately trots on the field with under 15 seconds on the play clock. Cameron Brown will punt. And now the Hurricanes will have a chance for the late substitution. Now the play clock hits 0 as the snap is back, but the flag comes down. And it's a delay of game. We've seen it twice today where on each side has made a late substitution. The referee comes to the line of scrimmage and gives the other side a opportunity to sub, and that's a rule. You gotta, if you make a late sub, the other team will have a chance to make a sub as well. And that time, with under 5 seconds on the play clock, Brevard couldn't get the snap away. No harm done. Good job not to use a timeout there, given that it's punting duties here. And 5 yards back, not that big of a difference. Snap back, the kick is away. It's an end-over-end kick to about the 15-yard line, and he is swallowed by, guess who? Jeremiah Taylor on the stop at the Hurricanes' 15-yard line. Taylor has done a little bit of everything in the tackling department today. Has also broken up a couple of passes. He'll stay on the field defensively here. As Hurricanes offense back on the field after being stopped on 4th down on its first drive of the second half. First down and 10 for the Hurricanes. From their own 15-yard line. Everett set to take the snap with DeVico Ruffin in the backfield. He flips it out left side, has his receiver open, who makes a move, but he's wrangled down. That's number 2, Brandon Sibley. And he's taken down by Jace Radford for a short gain on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Ten minutes to go in a moving clock here in this third quarter. As Leverett stands in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to his running back who cuts left side, has some space across the 35, and he's taken down by Paul Love. That was Antoine Barnes on the carry. And he has first down yardage across the 35 to the 37. Nice run here. Run game in the second half has been prevalent for this Hurricane offense, who was slinging it around a good bit in the first half, but David Harris and now Antoine Barnes have both had success on the ground here in the second half. Leverett takes the snap. He goes right back to Barnes, who's wrapped at the ankles, but he breaks loose, and he's towards the 40 before he's met by a couple of tornadoes. It was Turner Thompson and Amir Campbell there on the stop. And it's 2nd and 7 from the 40-yard line. 8:55 and a moving clock here in this third quarter. The Hurricanes lead the Tornadoes 18-14. With Leverett in the shotgun, running back on his right hip, a receiver to the left and right of the formation. Takes the snap. Handoff goes right back to Barnes. He's tripped up. It was a late exchange. At the mesh point, it would look like a read option for Leverett and Barnes, and Leverett was late to put it in the stomach of Barnes, and he's stopped near the line of scrimmage by Jace Radford. And a loss of 1, it's 3rd and 8. Interesting situation here for the Hurricanes. Like I said, they really obviously don't like to punt, but you're on your own 39-yard line. If you're not able to get any yardage here, it'll bring up a decision. With receivers to the right and left of the formation, Moultrie back in the game at running back. Leverett takes a shotgun snap, 2-step drop. He fires right side, and it's over the head of his receiver. He is hit in the pocket by number 95, Darrell Harriet. And it looks like the Hurricanes are going to punt. Good pressure applied by Harriet caused the high throw to Jade Williams, and the Hurricanes will get the punt away. New punter into the game as well. It'll be number 6, Aiden Ransom, to at least try and flip the field position with Miles Witherspoon back to receive. High snap to Ransom, but he's able to snag it, and he gets away a wobbling punt that will bounce at about the 33-yard line, takes a hurricane bounce back to about the 25. And nice job by Ransom to flip the field a little bit, and he has Brevard back on their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Callum Fritz back in the game at quarterback. Fabian Williford, who's had a really nice game at running back, is in to start this series for the Tornadoes. First down and 10, Brevard. At their own 25-yard line. Fritz takes the snap. Handoff goes Williford. Left side, he cuts back to the right across the 30, and he's spilled down by Antonio Sanders at about the 31-yard line. Good gain on first down for Williford, and it's 2nd and a long 3. .7:24 on a moving clock here in this 3rd quarter. As Williford remains in the backfield, Sean Spencer tighten the formation to the left. Handoff goes right back to Williford, left side. Williford tries to break out of a tackle, but a nice open field tackle over on the left side by number 21, Keandre Griffin. And if Williford broke loose of that, he might still be running. Nonetheless, he gets just enough for a first down, and a new set of downs for Brevard at its own 35-yard line. Good hard running by Williford, who has really had a good burst out of the backfield today. 3 receivers in the formation, 1 on the wide side left, 2 to the right for Fritz in the shotgun, who rolls right with the snap. Now flips it back to Williford on a screen pass. He cuts back, has space across the 45, across the 50. There goes Fabian Williford down the left sideline, cuts back at the 20, and he's wrangled down by number 11, Antonio Sanders. And Fabian Williford on the screen pass breaks loose for a big gain, and Brevard has the ball at the Hurricanes' 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Looked like for a second Williford was going to find the end zone, but Sanders a nice job to take him down. But a big gain for the Tornadoes. A 45-yard screen pass and run for Fabian Williford, who continues to do it all for this offense here today. Stays in the backfield with Fritz on his right, hit the play clock under 5 seconds. And he just gets the snap off. Handoff goes back to Williford. This time he's met up the middle at the line of scrimmage. And taken down by Aiden Ransom, the first one there. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Second down, 10 yards to go from the Hurricanes' 20-yard line after the long gain from Fabian Williford, who has had a wonderful day today. He gets a breather. Isaiah Ledford checks back into the backfield. Trips to the right, 1 receiver, tightens the formation on the left. He puts a receiver in motion, does Fritz, a high snap. Drops the throw, flips it out. It's tipped and it's picked off. The defensive lineman picks it off. He's tripped up. Was number 30, Christopher Lowe. What an athletic play by the big boy up front. And he picks off what looked like another screen pass from Callum Fritz. And all that momentum Brevard just had. An aggressive swing back to the side of the Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes. And it's Hurricane football at their own 43-yard line on the quick turn of events. That happened in a blink of an eye. And the Hurricanes take over, first down and 10 yards to go with the 18-14 advantage. Back and forth we go here in this 3rd quarter. A lot has happened, but nobody has scored yet in this 3rd quarter of play. It's Leverett in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He drops the throw, steps up in the pocket, fires across the middle. Nice throw, and it's caught across the 35 to the 34 by number 8, Andre Murphy. And he's taken down by Isaac Peoples. Now at the 34-yard line, the Tornadoes. Nice awareness by Jordan Leverett, who felt the pressure, stepped up in the pocket and fired a rocket to Andre Murphy, who has more than enough for a first down, and the Hurricanes back into Brevard territory at the 34-yard line. Leverett takes the snap. Play action, he fires, looks like an RPO there, and did it get in between the legs? The wide receiver, I think it did. He's down now on the turf. I believe the signal is incomplete pass, and the clock will stop for an injury timeout. We'll take a quick break with them. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Hurricanes. Actually, let's keep it right here as Murphy back on his feet. And we'll head to the Hurricane sideline. Actually, let's take a quick break. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back after the injury timeout.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very
Back here after the injury timeout. Good to see Murphy back on his feet after he made a big play in the passing game. As Leverett drops the throw again, steps up in the pocket. He runs into his own offensive lineman, and he's drugged down behind the line of scrimmage by number 40, Kamari McCarter. And it's a sack that puts it 3rd and about 14 back at the 38-yard line. And nice response from this Brevard defense to force that incomplete pass and then get in the backfield and take down the slippery Jordan Leverett. As he's back in the shotgun with Moultrie on his right hip in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left as well as the right of the formation. On 3rd and long, Leverett takes a snap. It's a screen pass left side. It is complete. His receiver cuts back, gets some yards, and stays on his feet to about the 30-yard line before Marvin Pulley is there, as well as a couple of tornadoes. And a tornado lost her helmet in the backfield. Nonetheless, it'll be 4th and 7 at the Tornadoes' 31-yard line. Deshaun Bay was there as well with Marvin Pulley. And guess what? The Hurricanes are going to go for this. 4th and 7 at the Brevard 31-yard line. As the clock spins towards 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Big opportunity for the Brevard defense again to stand tall and keep this a 1-score deficit. Moultrie in the backfield, trips to the right, one to the left. Leverett drops the throw, looks right, fires deep towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Incomplete, intended for the receiver deep in the end zone. Brandon Sibley, Isaac Peoples was there in the coverage. And it's a turnover on downs. It gives Brevard the football back once again. The defense does it again for this Tornado team who stays within 4 points time and time again. A big play that got the Hurricanes deep into Brevard territory. Can't come up with a 4th down conversion. And the offense is back out on the field. Williford in the backfield with Callum Fritz on 1st down, a tight end joining them in the backfield as well, a receiver to the right and left of formation. Fritz takes a snap, handoff goes Williford, left side, he cuts back and is spun down at about the 32-yard line, so a gain of about 1 on 1st down and 2nd down and 9. The play clock and game clock separated by 1 second, so I was thinking about the 2-minute timeout. It is the 3rd quarter. It's been a long weekend here on the campus of Brevard College, so the separation between the 2 clocks is a moot point right now. But it's 2nd and 9 nonetheless for the Brevard offense as Williford gets the ball again left side. He cuts back to the 35, and he's taken down at about the 37. For a good gain on 2nd down to set up a 3rd down and manageable for this offense at the 37-yard line. 3rd and about 5. Here's we're under 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. offense really looking to pick up this first down and keep this drive alive. Neither team has scored in the third quarter after there was 5 combined touchdowns in the first half. Fritz takes the snap, handoff to Williford. He cuts left side, spins, and he has enough for a first down. Hard run by Fabian Williford. He's taken down by Pop Francis at about the 45-yard line. And the Tornadoes will keep this drive alive with Williford continuing to carry the rock for this Tornado team and keeping this drive alive here. 1st and 10 with just over a minute to play from the 45-yard line. Fritz in the shotgun, Williford behind him, a receiver to the right and left of the formation with Spencer split off to the right. Fritz takes the snap. Ball goes right back to Williford. He's met this time behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Maybe a yard. Actually, he got back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain. It's 2nd and 10 from the 45 with Francis again in on the tackle. Second down and 10 for the Tornado offense. As we're under 30 seconds to play, this will likely be the last play of the quarter. As Ledford rejoins Fritz in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. For Callum Fritz on 2nd and 10, it's a screen pass right side, which is complete across a 50 before he's met and drugged down. He gained a couple more yards after that. About the 48, it's Miles Harris who makes it 3rd down and short for Brevard when we come back for the 4th quarter. 18-14 Hurricanes, same score we had at the half. Nobody scored in that 3rd quarter after a high-octane first half of play. 1-score game entering the 4th. We'll see if Brevard can come out on the winning side of things for the first time in 2025 when we come back. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Isomel Family Field for the start of the 4th quarter. And it is 4th down and 3 for the Tornadoes. Just across midfield at about the 48-yard line. With Isaiah Ledford in the backfield with Callum Fritz. On 4th and 3, the offense looking to pick this up. As we get ready for the start of the 4th. Now whistles blow. I thought it was 3rd down, and I think that's what they're discussing right now. We talked about it during the break again. It's been a long weekend here at Brevard College, so my brain is not operating at full capacity, but here we go. There goes the marker back to 3rd down almost. It's about halfway in between 3 and 4. I think it's 3rd down because I remember Fabian Williford picking up that 3rd down, and then Brevard had 2 plays after that. And now the marker does show 3rd down. And so it's 3rd and 3, as I thought. And maybe I'm not going crazy. As Brevard's offense comes back out on the field, 3rd down and 3 for this Brevard offense at the 48-yard line of the TMCCC Hurricanes. Ledford remains in the backfield with a receiver to each side of the formation for Callum Fritz here on 3rd down and short. Fritz in the gun, takes the snap, hands off Ledford. He's dragged down the backfield on the opposite side of the 50, the 49. And now it will be 4th down and 5, as Chris Crawley was the first Hurricane there. And a significant loss there on 3rd down, as the Tornadoes will punt. Probably the right decision here, looking to flip the field. The defense has done a good job. I think you got to trust your defense here to get a stop and not give the Hurricanes the ball on the plus side of the 50. As Cameron Brown will look to flip the field. Now hands go up in the air. He's not aware of something here, and the play clock will hit 0. Looks like a delay of game here on the Tornadoes. And the ball will move back 5 yards to the 44. Special teams coach Ethan Tinsley not too pleased with that from his special teams unit. And the Tornadoes will now punt from their own 44. Snap back. Now it's going to be a fake to Jake Bruni. Bruni is swallowed at the 45. Not even close to 1st down yardage. It was a direct snap to Bruni. And the Hurricanes will take over at the Brevard 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. I think that was probably going to be a good call from if it was 4th and 3, but on 4th and 10, it was a tough ask for Jake Bruni to get 10 yards on the direct snap, and obviously that didn't happen, and it's 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes with 2 receivers each side of the formation. Leverett in the shotgun. He takes his snap, drops the throw, steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle. It's caught at the 26-yard line by number 17, Traylon Sept. And a good pitch and catch between Leverett and Sept sets up the Hurricanes at Brevard's 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Curtis Carter in the backfield with Jordan Leverett here on 1st down and 10. As Leverett takes the shotgun snap, 2-step drop to throw, looks left, fires left towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by number 16, Isaac Peoples, to just make that uncomfortable throw for Jordan Leverett. And it's 2nd and 10. Second down, 10 yards to go for this Hurricane offense. Here early in this 4th quarter. As Leverett takes the snap, looks left, fires left, and it's incomplete. As Leverett takes a spill, comes up a little gimpy, but it seems he's all right. But it's 3rd down and 10. This Brevard defense has forced 2 incompletions after the pitch and catch following the fake punt attempt by this Brevard team. And another opportunity for this defense to keep it a 1-score game. We've seen this defense come up big time and time again this season. It's the 3rd game for this future squad. And the defense looking to do it again with Leverett in the gun, running back Carter on his left hip. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left of the formation with the play clock under 5. Leverett takes the snap, fires left, deep towards the end zone, and it's incomplete over the shoulder. That one intended for Traylon Sept. I think it was Peoples again in coverage, who's done a really nice job near the goal line on some of these deep fade routes. And now it's 4th down and 10. Leverett trots towards the sideline to have a conversation with his coach before an important 4th down. And the Hurricanes are going to go for it again. See if they can get to the line. 15 seconds on the play clock, and they are just now entering the huddle. Now they break it with 10. Carter on the right hip of Leverett. Play clock under 5 seconds. 2 receivers to the right and left of the formation. He takes the snap with 3. Steps up in the pocket, tries to escape, and he can't do it. Leverett can't get out of the pocket. He is taken down. Traven Harrington Heaton was there, as well as Darrell Harriet. And it's a turnover on downs. Once again, this defense comes up big, and Brevard takes over offensively, down 4 with 13:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Trayvon Harrington Heaton was the first one in there, and then Darrell Harriet came in to clean it up. And the Tornadoes have the ball on their own 27-yard line, first down and 10. Callum Fritz back in the game at quarterback. Fabian Williford on the right hip of Fritz in the backfield. A receiver to right and left of the formation with 2 tight ends in the set. Fritz takes the snap. Play action, rolls right, looking right. And Fritz will have to throw it away. Now a flag in the secondary. This is in the area of defensive holding. And we'll see what the call is here. Now the flags are moved back towards the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're signaling holding, but we haven't gotten a finger point towards either way. Now they're going to point it towards Brevard. Okay, the holding's on the defense. That's what I thought with where the flag came from, that would be the call. And it is. So Brevard gets a first down on a holding penalty in the secondary, another Hurricane penalty. Those are costly late in a tight game. It's a one-possession game in favor of the Hurricanes, but both teams have came up big defensively here in the second half to keep the score where it is. As Williford deep in the backfield with Fritz. Handoff goes to Williford. He breaks for the second level, and he's taken down at about the 45-yard line. Little ankle tackle there by Keandre Griffin and Jakeon Wilson. There's an ankle tackle there. If Williford broke out of that, he had a lot of space. But a good first down gain. It's going to be 2nd and 2 with the nose of the football on the 45-yard line of the Tornadoes. 12.5 to play with a moving clock in this fourth quarter. As the Tornadoes and Hurricanes continue to duke it out here on a Sunday at Ives Lamel Family Field. Fritz in the gun with Williford with him in the backfield. He puts both tight ends in motion. Takes a shotgun snap. Play action, drops the throw. He's pressured in the pocket, and the ball's out. The ball came out. It's bouncing at about the 20-yard line, and a Hurricane defender picks it up inside the 20. It's Kamari Rooks on the recovery. Didn't quite see who generated the hit. It looked like Kevion Lamons jarred that ball loose from Callum Fritz, and the turnover sets up the Hurricanes at the Brevard 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Turnovers again continue to handicap this Brevard team. That was a story against the Georgia Warhawks a week ago, and that continues to be the story here today. Hurricanes get possession back deep in Brevard territory. Leverett in the gun, takes the snap, drops the throw, looks left, pump fakes, now flips it out left to his receiver, and he just goes out of bounds as a helmet goes flying, and there's a flag at the line of scrimmage. It was number 13, Travion Cheney, who made the grab for about 3. I just saw in my peripheral vision a helmet that went from about the 10-yard line towards near the goal line. And I'm assuming that's where the flag is coming from. And we'll see once we get the call here. Waiting for the call from the officials here down on the field. Looks like he's starting to move forward, and a finger point towards the Tornadoes. A personal foul, hands to the face, and when you see a helmet go that far, that was launched about 10 yards down the field, that's probably going to be the call. That's what it is. The ball now sits near the 5-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for the Hurricanes. Look to take a 2-score lead here in the fourth quarter. With how both these defenses are playing, 2 scores is a lot of points in a game like this. It's half the distance to the goal for the Hurricanes, as Leverett stands in the shotgun with Moultrie on his right hip. 2 receivers to the right and left for the quarterback. As he takes the snap, hands off Moultrie, who bowls through the goal line. Touchdown. Moultrie finds the end zone, and it's 24-14. A 2-score lead as the Hurricanes find the end zone for the first score of the second half. And the offense going to stay on the field as they have all game. Have yet to find the end zone on the 2-point conversion, but we'll try again. But regardless, a 10-point lead for the Hurricanes with under 12 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Play clock under 10 seconds as a late substitution, which will give Brevard the chance for a late sub and will result in a timeout for the Hurricanes. We've seen that a couple of times today. As we'll take a quick look at that run from Jordan Moultrie to find the end zone and give the Hurricanes this 2-score lead. Timeout for the Hurricanes. We'll take a 15-second break with them and be right back on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina Legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixings to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
All right, 2-point conversion try coming up for the Hurricanes out of the timeout. It is 24-14 as it stands, but an opportunity for the Hurricanes to add 2 with Leverett under center. He's got Moultrie deep in the backfield. Takes the snap. Handoff, a little awkward exchange as Moultrie races out left. And yet again, the Hurricanes are not going to find the end zone on the 2-point try as Paul Love makes the stop, and the score will remain 24-14. With 11:53 to go. While we have a second before this kickoff, I want to remind you about the Tornado Club. Fans, if you have not joined the Tornado Club, you are missing out. Not only are you sporting over 500 student athletes in 20 sports, the value is unbeatable. As a Tornado Club member, you receive all sports passes that get you into every ticketed athletic contest, reserved parking, and access to the hospitality area, where you can enjoy a pregame meal before every home varsity football game. Go to bctornadoes.com and become a Tornado Club member today. All right, the Hurricanes set to kick it off. You can tell that there's not a kicker on this roster, as I've mentioned multiple times. They were setting up to kick at the 40-yard line, and they're quickly told to move back to the 35. And it will be Jakeon Wilson to do the kicking duties. I mentioned there's not a kicker on the roster, but they've done a good job today outside of a couple instances where it's been obvious that kicking is not their primary duty on this team. The punting, ever since the miscue that set up Brevard inside the 5-yard line, the punting's been solid. The kicking duties have been good effort for the Hurricanes today. As Witherspoon and Chavez back to receive this kick from Jakeon Wilson with 11:53 to play. Wilson sends it away. It's a line drive kick to the right side that bounces out of bounds. It's going to be a free kick out of bounds. So Brevard will get the football with solid field position here after the penalty is made official. And the Tornadoes trot back out to the field. A new quarterback entering the game. It's going to be number 8, Cameron Curzon, in at quarterback. So the ball spotted at the 35 on the free kick out of bounds. First and 10 for the Tornadoes. Really could use a score on this drive, especially with how both defenses are playing. Curzon in the shotgun. He's got Williford with him in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right as Curzon takes a shotgun snap, drops a throw, flip it down the screen pass. It's a high throw, and it goes off a Brevard offensive lineman, and Williford able to pull it in for 5 yards. What a wonky play that was, as Williford has a nose for the football. It hit off somebody, a body, hit off the shoulder pads or the helmet or something, stayed up in the air, and Williford took it himself for 5 yards, and 2nd and 5. We've seen some weird plays this game. That's just another one to add to the list. As Williford remains in the backfield on the left hip of Curzon. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the wide side, right for Curzon on the shotgun. Takes a snap. Play action. He'll fire it right side, and an errant throw intended for number 87, Cameron Brown. It's 3rd and 5. Whistles blow. As an offensive lineman down on the turf, a little shaken up following that play. And head athletic trainer, he's done a great job all day, all week, as he always does. Michael Capri and Sarah Woodbury and Megan Martinez will run out with him. We'll take a 30-second break while they check on the Brevard offensive lineman down on the field, and we'll be right back.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixings to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back at Islamel Family Field, it's Cartel Dawson who was down, and you see the love these guys have for each other on the field. 2 guys sprint out as soon as he's on his feet, in Chris Moore and number 48, Cal Forster, come out to help their teammate off the field as he walks back to the sideline. And it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Tornadoes as Cartel heads to the sideline. $11:08 to go in this 4th quarter. Brevard trails by 10, 24-14. In this 4th quarter of play, Brevard looking to surge back. It's been a solid effort for the Tornadoes today. Really, each and every week they come out to play. It's been, you see the potential here on the field for these guys moving forward in their college careers. As Curzon takes the snap, he'll flip it out to Williford. Rocketed off his hands, incomplete. And it'll be 4th down. Tornadoes will punt it away. Not a bad idea on that play. Curzon just a little too hard of a throw. If he would have flipped it out to Williford, might have been a better result. And the Tornadoes will punt once again with 11:02 to go in this 4th quarter. Brown will do the punting duties for the Tornadoes once again. Snap back to Brown. It's a low snap, but he's able to pick it up and get a nice punt away. Nice job by Cameron Brown as the returner picks it up and sheds a couple of tackles. Now races left side, past the 30, past the 35, tries to get the sideline. And he'll get about the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. First down and 10 for the Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes here in the fourth quarter. As TMCCC back on the field. It's been a low-scoring third and fourth quarter, which looked like a little bit of a shootout in the first half. The 5 touchdowns total between the both sides, 3-1 in the way of the Hurricanes and 2 for the Tornadoes. It's an 18-14 game before the last score for the Hurricanes as quarterback in the gun hands off to his running back, who's swallowed near the line of scrimmage, has a couple yards on first down. And it's 2nd and 7. David Harris with the carry. And it's 2nd down, 7 yards to go. 10.5 minutes and a moving clock here in the fourth quarter. As Leverett breaks the huddle with his offense, he's got Harris and Antoine Barnes in the backfield. For 2nd and 7, Leverett takes a snap. Handoff goes back to Harris. He takes it left side, cuts back, and has it near the 50. Looks like he'll have first down yardage. And the chains move. Paul Love with another tackle. He's had a nice day defensively as the clock now under 10 minutes to go. And the ball sits on the 50-yard line for the Hurricanes, looking to continue to milk this clock and take some possessions away from Brevard down the stretch here and head back to Mississippi with a win. A long travel, I'm sure, for these guys. Come down and play the Sunday matchup with the Tornadoes as Leverett takes the snap, pulls out of the stomach, and races left side, and he gets a couple yards as he trots across the sideline to about the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. Actually, he didn't get a yard. It was hard to tell where he stepped out. He stepped out right at the 50, so no gain. He probably ran about 15 yards east to west, but didn't gain a yard. 2nd and 10. Leverett in the gun, Harris and Barnes in the backfield. As he hands off Harris, cuts it back, and he's taken down at about the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. Jace Radford there on the stop. Make it 3rd and 5 for this Hurricane offense. Like it's been all day, it'll probably be 4-down territory for this offense, especially with a 2-possession lead. You're playing with house money at this point, late in this contest. As Leverett under center, 2 running backs in the backfield, and Barnes and Harris. Receiver out to the left and right of the formation. Leverett takes his snap. He hands off Barnes in the backfield. He races left side. He has first down yardage and more across the 35 to the 34 where he's shoved out of bounds, and a flag at the line of scrimmage. Looks like another hold as Barnes raced the boundary. And it'll be a moving backwards once again. It will be 3rd and long for this Hurricane offense if it's what we think it is. Still waiting the official call here, and here it is. Holding on the offense, called on number 42. And it'll be 3rd down and long. Moves back behind the original line of scrimmage. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. And it's 3rd and long. So the defense gets another opportunity to make a stop with the clock stopped at 8:10 in the fourth quarter. As it starts to spin. And the Hurricanes not too eager to break the huddle here with the play clock at 18 seconds. And now Leverett breaks it. Barnes and Harris still in the backfield with him. A wide receiver to the right, 2 to the left on 3rd and long. Leverett takes the snap. Handoff goes to Harris with a head of steam. Gets back across the 50 near the original line of scrimmage where he's met by Jace Radford. And it's 4th and 10. Offense stays on the field. The ball's at the 49-yard line, and the Hurricanes are going to go once again, I believe, with 7.5 minutes to play. Fourth down and long for this offense. Playing with a 2-score lead, 24-14, with under 7.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Leverett takes the snap, drops the throw, looks middle, steps up in the pocket, fires deep towards the right side, and it's way over the head of everybody, incomplete. Brevard to get another fourth down stop with a tick under 7 to play. Turnover on downs near midfield for Brevard. First down and 10 at Brevard's 49-yard line. See what the Tornadoes have left offensively. A quick score would certainly make things interesting. Can't come up empty on this drive. And if you want a chance to come back in this football game. First down and 10, Brevard, with Fabian Williford joining Cameron Curzon in the backfield. With 2 receivers split out to the left, one on the wide side right. Curzon takes a shotgun snap. Flag at the line of scrimmage as Curzon takes off and races to the 45, where he's dragged down by David Harris, or Aiden Ransom, excuse me. And it looks like flag at the line of scrimmage was for offsides. Did see a Hurricane jump there, and you're likely going to take the yardage you got there on first down, even though the offside would save you down. Penalties decline on the 7-yard scamper by Cameron Curzon, and they're going to take the yardage gained on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and 3. Second and 3 for Brevard as the clock sits at 6:54. Williford on the left hip of Curzon, a receiver split out wide side right, 3 to the left. It looks like now the Tornadoes are going to accept the penalty. It was only 2 yards more on the run, and you save it down, so probably the right decision to accept the call. If it was a longer run, if it was a run for a first down, you'd keep the yards, but since you only gained 2 more yards on the scramble, then what the penalty would have awarded you, smart decision to rethink that, take the penalty. Williford with Curzon on the backfield, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Curzon takes a snap, looks left, fires left. It's caught. And a great catch there by number 86, Miles Harris. That ball was in harm's way, and he makes the play. And it'll be 2nd and short. Clock continues to move towards 6.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. But Brevard desperately looking for a score here on likely one of the final offensive drives that will have this game. Williford in the backfield with Curzon. Caden Clark split out to the left, 1 to the right, and Sean Spencer. Curzon takes the snap, hands off Williford, met at the line of scrimmage. And number 44 was there on the tackle, Chris Crawley, and it'll be 3rd and short. Good tackle there by Crawley on Williford, who's had himself a wonderful afternoon. And it will be a 3rd and short. Definitely 4-down territory. Here late in the season, or late in the fourth quarter, excuse me. Curzon takes the snap, rolls right, looks right, fires right. Was it picked off? I think he was out of bounds. Very athletic play there on the far sideline, but it's ruled incomplete. It'll be 4th down and short. I think it was Rico Carter that made that grab. He just wasn't able to get a foot down. And with 5.5 to go, this might be the game for the Tornadoes, down 10. 4th and 3 from the 43-yard line of the Hurricanes. Receiver to the right, 1 to the left, and Jake Brunian as the tight end. Right side of the formation. Curzon takes the snap, looks left, fires left, and skipped in, incomplete. Incomplete intended for Mason Miles. And it's a turnover on downs. The Hurricanes take over with 5:26 to play inside their own territory at their 43-yard line, first down and 10. First down and 10, Hurricanes with 5:26 to play and a 10-point advantage for this Hurricanes offense, right where you want to be late in the fourth quarter. As Curtis Carter joins Leverett in the backfield, he takes the snap, hands off Carter, who gets the edge to the right side across the 45 to the 50, where he's taken down at the 48 by Jeremiah Taylor. And a little pushing, shoving on the near sideline as Carter comes out of the pack. And it'll be second and short from Brevard's 49-yard line as the clock continues to spin. Under 5 minutes to play. Ball sits at the 49 as the clock keeps moving. This Hurricanes team trying to escape Brevard, North Carolina with a win here on a Sunday afternoon in beautiful Brevard, North Carolina. Leverett takes the snap. Delayed handoff, and he is demolished in the backfield. For a large loss was Antoine Barnes. Short was there on the tackle, a substantial loss in the backfield. And it's all the way back to the Hurricanes' 45-yard line and a flag on the far side. Short was in the backfield in a hurry, so I'm wondering maybe if this is an offside call. We'll see. As the ball will move forward. Personal foul called on the defense, and that's a back-breaking penalty here late in the ballgame. It moves the ball all the way from the 45-yard line of the Hurricanes to the Brevard 40-yard line on the 15-yard penalty. And with 4:24 to go, it's a new set of downs, and the clock moves towards 4 minutes to play. Leverett takes the snap, handoff goes left side to Jaden Dunklin. He's swallowed in the backfield, and it's second and long. Darrell Harriott was the first there on the stop. It'll make it second and 13. Back to the 43-yard line. Second and 13 for this Hurricane offense. Looking to sit on this and continue to burn clock. Dunklin in the backfield with Leverett on second and long. Play clock under 10 seconds. As Leverett takes the snap, handoff goes to Dunklin up the middle, tries to bounce it outside, can't do it. He's met behind the line of scrimmage. Brevard obviously trying to rip the football loose, and now some more pushing and shoving near the 45-yard line as Taylor has to be pulled out of the pack. And it looked like Ross was there first on the stop. And it's third and long. No flags thrown on some commotion between the two sides. It'll be third and 15 from the Brevard 45-yard line as we approach 3 minutes left to play. Play clock under 15 seconds, and the Hurricanes a bit disorganized. Play clock will actually reset to 25, so they'll have some time here as the clock moves under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. It's unlikely that Brevard will be able to claw back into this game with less than 3 minutes to play, and the Tornadoes have gone scoreless in the second half with this Hurricane defense pitching a shutout. Play clock under 5, and Leverett just got the snap off. He's looking to throw, looks right, fires right, has a receiver. It's caught, and he gets out of bounds, and he's bumped late on the sideline. It's going to be a penalty. Late hit out of bounds. Jeremiah Taylor went chest to chest with him on the near side, and that'll probably just about do it as we're waiting on the call, but we saw it right in front of us. great game for Jeremiah Taylor today. Can't take away from that, but not a great penalty to take late in the game. As the Tornadoes had stopped the receiver short of the yard to gain, it would have been 4th down, and he got out of bounds, so it would have stopped the clock. And another personal foul after the play that will move this ball deeper into Brevard territory. It'll be 1st and 10, Hurricanes at the Brevard 19-yard line with 2:34 to play. Leverett getting under center. You have to assume the Hurricanes are just going to run the football from here on out, with Harris and Antoine Barnes in the backfield with Leverett on 1st down. He takes the snap, handoff goes to Barnes, and he is wrangled down by big 97 in the middle, Tony Dixon. And it'll be 2nd and 9. That will likely take us to the 2-minute timeout. 24-14, Hurricanes over the Tornadoes in the Battle of Weather Storms this afternoon. And it will take us to the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and it looks like, barring anything crazy, the Hurricanes will lead Brevard, North Carolina with a win here on Sunday. We'll take our last break and be back with the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back here for the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter, Brevard finds itself behind by 10. It's a 4-point game. Brevard actually had the lead, 14-12, near the end of the first half. I'd say the tide of the game kind of changed when the Hurricanes scored that touchdown late at the end of the first half. A little bit of a backbreaker at that point when you're hoping to go in the locker room to lead and the momentum. And the Hurricanes find the end zone, and since then, only 6 points scored here in the second half, and it was a Hurricane touchdown from Jordan Moultrie. And now with 2 minutes left, it's a 10-point advantage for this Hurricanes team, the Mississippi Community Christian College. I'm going to leave here with them. I've talked about their look. They've got a little Miami Dolphins to them, especially the logo on the helmets. It's got the little sun like the Dolphins have in their logo and an M in the middle. So with 2 minutes left, it'll be 2nd down and 9, for the Hurricanes with Barnes in the backfield. And he will take the carry to the left side. Keeps it in bounds, and he cuts back, has about 5 yards on 2nd down. Short is there on the tackle, and the clock will continue to spin. Actually, Brevard is going to use a timeout. The minute 47 to go, Brevard burns a timeout. And let's talk about the weekend a little bit. It's been a fun weekend here at Brevard. The homecoming festivities. The Elders won yesterday in a 35-32 win over Southern Virginia. A game the Tornadoes led 21-3, but talking to Coach Kai, he knew the Southern Virginia team was much improved from last year. A team that went 1-9. They were 4-0 coming into yesterday's contest. But Brevard got the better of them, powered by that quick start to go up 21-3, but 2 times in the 4th quarter did Southern Virginia cut it to a 1-score game, and once you felt the air leave the stadium a little bit, it came back. There's big plays across the board yesterday, a 75 and 67-yard touchdown connection, one to Adam Douglas and the other to Reggie Taylor II. Those were kind of the big plays for the Tornadoes in the passing game because Brevard kept it on the ground early and often yesterday with Zion Fontroy McDaniel with over 20 carries yesterday. I mean, he was excellent for the Tornadoes offense. As Leverett's joined in the backfield by Barnes on 3rd and 6 with a minute 47 to play. Puts a receiver in motion, takes the snap, play action, will fire deep to the end zone looking for a receiver, and it's caught. It comes back to the football, does Traylon Sept. And now here comes a late flag. They're going to say he pushed off of the Brevard defensive back. That's what Deshaun Bay was asking for, I think. That Sept threw him off, trying to get back to the football. And now the signal is touchdown. So I wonder if they're picking up the flag here. As the celebration continues. And it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Brevard. That was the call. That was the reason for the late flag. So the offense stays on the field for another 2-point try as the score extends to 30-14 in favor of the Hurricanes. That was a nice throw by Leverett. Just put it up there and let Sept adjust to it. He did so brilliantly to extend this to a 3-score lead. Now you can pretty much say this game is just about over as the play clock under 5 seconds. Leverett takes a snap. Barnes goes up the middle, and he keeps the legs churning, and he's pulled in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That's kind of what caps off the day for the Hurricanes. They couldn't get a 2-point conversion all day, and now they do with a run up the middle. As we'll take a look at that touchdown pass from Jordan Leverett to Traylon Sept. He just floated the ball up, and sometimes that's what you got to do, especially one-on-one coverage. Let your receiver make a play, and that's certainly what happened. And 1:41 left. Brevard will get the football back, but it's 32-14 in favor of the Hurricanes. So 32-14, the tally with 1:41 left. An 18-point lead for this Hurricane squad, who will be leaving Brevard with a victory. It was an unsportsmanlike conduct on Traylon Sept. The signal was on Brevard, but it was on Sept, so this moves the kicking unit back to the 20-yard line. So Brevard will get good field position, most likely. And who knows? Football is a weird sport. A lot of things happen. And I don't think there's 3 possessions left in this football game for the Tornadoes. I think that's pretty much near impossible, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here on this kickoff from Jakeon Wilson, who will send the kick away from the 20-yard line. It's a super short kick that bounces at the 47-yard line, and Jake Bruni will just fall on it at the 46. .140 to go for the Tornadoes offense, who will set up shop at the 47-yard line, 1st down and 10. Curzon back in the game at quarterback. He's got Isaiah Ledford with him in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left of the formation for Curzon here on 1st and 10. Snap comes back to Curzon. He'll hand off to Ledford, who races to the left side across the 40 and takes a couple bodies to the 35, where he swung out of bounds, but he stays in bounds. Now whistles blow, and the clock will stop at 1:29 as we reset the chains for 1st down at the Hurricanes 35-yard line, and a penalty for an illegal substitution. Penalties declined on the 15-yard run from Isaiah Ledford. So it looks like 1st down yardage. The chains haven't reset yet. As now the chains will move, I think. So now they're going to move the chains. The chain gang a little tired today, I think. Late in this game after a long weekend here on the campus of Brevard College. But we'll restart the clock at 1:28 and a moving clock here in this fourth quarter as Curzon drops the throw, looks right, fires deep right side, and the pass is deflected around incomplete as looks like Keandre Griffin came in and tried to pick it off. Brevard's receivers played a little defense, and it's 2nd down and 10. Second down and 10 from the Hurricanes' 35-yard line. There's currently a Hurricane safety doing push-ups in the secondary, maybe for not making that play. As the play clock trickles under 10 seconds, Kerr's on the gun, got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes a snap, drops, throws deep, looking for Bruni down the sideline, and he pirouettes, tries to make the catch, but can't get there. And it's 3rd and 10, and now a Brevard offensive lineman a little shaken up. Now he's back to his feet. Seems to be okay. And it's 3rd and long with 1:14 to play. 32-14 your score. Again, thank you all for spending some time with me today and throughout the weekend. As we cool down a little bit, we'll have Tornado Talk tomorrow. We'll talk to Zion Afonso and McDaniel of the football team, and also have Michaela Edwards, the women's soccer team, both securing wins this weekend, and hoping to do a women's basketball preview with Coach Donald Hudson tomorrow night, 7 to 8 o'clock. Be sure to tune into that as Curzon drops the throw on 3rd and 10. Fires across the middle. He's got a receiver. It's caught. And he is still on his feet, taking a couple defenders towards the 15-yard line is Miles Harris. And it's 1st down yardage. Clock stops at 1:03 while the chains reset. Nice pitch and catch from Curzon to Harris. And now the clock will continue to twirl. Under a minute to play. 1st down, Brevard from the Hurricanes' 15-yard line. With Ledford in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As Curzon puts 1 in motion, takes the snap. Looks left, fires left, has a receiver. Number 82 breaks a tackle. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Tornadoes. Mason Miles breaks a Hurricane tackle and takes it for 6, and it's 32-20. Might not win this football game, but certainly, again, as there is every week, there's been positives with this team that continue to show up. And Mason Miles is the most recent to find the end zone for the Tornadoes here on Sunday. And Brevard will kick the extra point. The special teams unit a little bit late to the field as the clock ticks under 15 seconds on the play clock. And now a late sub for the Tornadoes again with under 8 seconds on the play clock. The Hurricanes will have a chance to do so, and that will likely take us to a delay of game. Now, it's just a little weird special teams play of flag as a Hurricane ran off sides, but the play clock was also near 0 because of some of the late substitutions by the Tornadoes. So we'll see what the call is here. Looks like now the Tornadoes are potentially going to bring the offense back on the field as Cameron Curzon puts his helmet back on. And we'll head, because it's going to be on the Tornadoes, so it pushes them back a little bit. I think it's going to be a delayed game. And so the Tornadoes will take their shot at the end zone here for a 2-point conversion. 32-20 the score currently. And this one's all but over, but Brevard with a nice drive to end this ball game. And it moves Brevard back. Coach Terrence Gant not happy about something. Nonetheless, it'll be a 2-point conversion try for the Tornadoes with Cameron Curzon in the shotgun. Fabian Williford behind him as Curzon takes the snap. Here comes another flag before the snap. Now, too many men on the field, I think, is the call. They're counting them out right now. I'm trying to count them myself. And no flag. So they threw the flag down, thought there was too many men on the field, and now they're going to pick it up. The Brevard sideline not happy about that stoppage there. Nonetheless, it'll still be a 2-point try for the Tornadoes, I believe. With 39 seconds to play. Williford in the backfield with Curzon. As he takes his snap, rolls right, flips it right, has him, but he's leveled. Short of the goal line. Looked like that was actually Elijah Palmer in the backfield. And the 2-point try is no good, so the tally stays 32-20. With 39.1 seconds to go, you'd have to think Brevard is at least going to try an onside kick here and see if they can get the ball back. So Brevard special teams unit back on the field, as is the Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes. And Gavin Wagner will do the kicking duties here with 39.1 to play. The receivers, the return team, a lot of them setting up near the 50-yard line in anticipation of this onside kick. Has to get to the 45. Again, there's a 10-yard minimum on onside kicks for it to be considered legal. Wagner to do the kicking duties. He'll actually boot it deep. And we'll go back to the 15-yard line. It's taken on the return to the left side, across the 25, across the 30. There he goes across the 40, down the left sideline of the 50. And a couple flags come flying in as he continues to break tackles. And he keeps on racing down towards the 15-yard line. But this one likely coming back. As it'll be set up likely back in Hurricane territory once we get this sorted out. Now a flag also sitting at the 30-yard line of the Tornadoes. So we'll get this sorted out with 25 and a half to go and see where the drive will start. Not sure it'll be much of a drive. I think the Hurricanes will either just run it or kneel the clock out, with the game clock and the play clock separated by just half a second. Now the Brevard defense comes off the field. So blindside block is a call. And that's just one of many penalties today on both sides of the football. There's been a lot of penalties this afternoon. And we'll see where the ball is officially spotted for this Hurricane offense. And now another penalty on unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hurricane. So this ball will head back all the way inside the 20-yard line to maybe even inside the 10. And the ball seems to be at the 8-yard line. So now Brevard is seemingly walking off the field. And the defense nowhere to be seen. They're just going to let the Hurricanes kneel this out, I believe. A little bit of a weird end to this one, as Brevard standing off the field, and the Hurricanes will come off the field as well. The clock will run, and that'll do it. Brevard falls 32-20 to the Mississippi Community Christian College Hurricanes. A weird game, a lot of penalties, but there's definitely, as there always is, highlights for this Tornadoes Futures team. That'll round out what's been a hectic week and weekend here on Homecoming. I thank you guys for tuning in. Again, good week ahead, too. We got volleyball on Tuesday. Tornado Talk tomorrow night, 7 to 8 o'clock. We'll recap the week, catch up with some coaches, some athletes, and have a great show for you guys. So please feel free to tune in to Tornado Talk. We'll talk to Zion Fontroy McDaniel, head coach of the football team, Bill Kyatt, hopefully get Donald Hutz on the show to preview the 2025 women's basketball season, and also talk to a women's soccer athlete, Michaela Edwards, who had a great game this weekend as the Tornadoes women's soccer team stays perfect at 11-0. So we'll talk to you then tomorrow, 7 o'clock for Tornado Talk, and then we'll continue this week of Tornado Athletics. And thanks for joining us for a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.